for elimination. 0-2 teams, whoever loses is eliminated. And if you're still looking to go to the PGL Cluj-Napoca playoffs, you could scan that QR code, as Dinko's told me that's the name. And all of a sudden you can find the opportunity to get some tickets to head over to the playoffs in the arena in Cluj.
Yep, you can do that, and you should do that, in fact, right now. Here we go. Inferno coming up. sAw on the T side start. FlyQuest going to show us what they can do on the defense. You've got Vexite coming out with dual Berettas. A little bit of util here for Dexter, including a defuse kit. And here comes the peak. Liazz out through the bedroom window, down into second middle, and Roman with the opening headshot here for sAw. This with a great shot back. Nice little peek down middle. And another shot this time from Regali, who's got a double on the top mid play. So FlyQuest, comfortable pistol round so far. Looking to try and close it out with limiting the casualties. Story and Materis having to go back to B. And there's a more passive setup here. Inz is going to be playing all the way back through CT, peering over towards Materis, just running in. And he doesn't let him get across.
Yeah, really nice passive setup as well. Pretty safe from Inz, knowing that in a 4-on-2, you don't actually have to defend the bomb site. So good decision there. And Story's going to take this at a slower pace, but there ain't no chance he's winning this. He's got plenty of time on the clock, just no HP. Nice double kill from Regali, as we just talked about the new acquisition into the FlyQuest roster, and already have an impact.
Yeah, I think for Regali, spent a long time on the bench of Fnatic Rising, the academy team. Got picked up by OG for as a stand-in last Dallas, and or maybe the Dallas before that. It's been a while. And found himself a main spot in that squad. Didn't go on to do a whole lot, but gained some valuable experience, I'd imagine, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, a way to maybe ease into the top level of competition. I think he's found himself a very nice team to carve out, you know, a position for himself. We didn't get to see that in the initial one. Some of the aggression towards window. Regali shuts down the follow-up. So 2 kills for Regali, 2 for Inz, and Dexter with that final frag. Gives the pistol round to FlyQuest, and without a plant, no buy from the sAw side in second round.
No, so it should be nice and easy here for FlyQuest to take a 2-0 lead. Their coach, Urcast, the Mongolian, played with him when they were Greyhound. He's going to be standing behind them today, and it's good to see how much depth is coming out of Mongolia. You know, it used to be, if you know, back in the minors, it used to be China versus Australia for that final spot, right? Going into the major, you would have Tyloo versus whatever the top Australian team was at the time, Renegades or whatever. And now Mongolia has risen up to the top of the region, and that's exciting. And Urcast is even bringing himself back into the Australian scene, bringing some of that Mongolian fire to the team, Jason.
Yeah, long-time opposition of the Australians. Now he's fighting on their side. It's a beautiful story about cultures coming together to achieve a common goal.
And obviously he used to play for them as well. He used to play for Greyhound, so he's had a whole run of experiences. But as expected, that round is melted, and we'll get into the sAw purchase. Or a case, one Galil.
There's the utility exchange in Banana, but no one too aggressively attacking into it.
Couple of shots whizzing past SHR.
Yeah, very chill opening. Just check out the utility, call the stalemate. No one actually wants to battle for it. I think FlyQuest probably wants to wait till they have the M4s. And sAw don't really have deep utility to kind of do an extended battle for Banana, so a little bit of a fake here. Left mid smoke is going to pull Dexter back towards the A bomb site. Molotov at car and smoke at the half wall to regain control of top Banana, but doesn't look like FlyQuest is super motivated to really try and hold on to it. Inz is going to be here with just utility to stall out of FlyQuest. Feel like they're committing to top Banana, but that's not happening at the moment. And another smoke will bring this clock down to about 30 seconds before it fades away.
They come up towards long side. Regali tucking the cubby. Great flashbang coming in just to save FlyQuest here, and they all line up. FlyQuest deal with it with ease. And now it's Story and SHR continue to try and get into this B bomb site. Rotation coming back over from Ins. He'll play from CT spawn. Smoked out. Oh, gets destroyed through the smoke, in fact.
Yeah, knocked the Observer out of the game, I think.
Oh.
SHR going to now push forward in towards Temple. Or in towards Church. It's not a temple. It's a chapel.
A chapel of ruins, as we like to call it.
Don't forget the booze and cigarettes.
Never forget those. Otherwise, you'll be disliked at the party. There's a good 3-0 lead for FlyQuest. And I do like how they played that top mid setup. It looked like I honestly looked like Regali was able to get hard clear, then the flash comes in, saves his ass, and then it just turns into a party for FlyQuest.
Well, it's a really nice timing for them as well. I mean, it was a good read from FlyQuest because that smoke comes out at the half wall, that second smoke at like the 48 seconds. So sAw is thinking, all right, well, we can't really do anything at B for the next, 15 to 20 seconds, so we have to do something elsewhere. FlyQuest is thinking the same thing and realizing that there's a gap, that there's a potential attack coming rap side. So both teams kind of trying to do something in that window created by the defensive smoke and banana, and FlyQuest just had a better read of where to position their defense in a nice crossfire. So 3-0, and we're back down to Tech 9's P250's armor and utility for sAw, excuse me. And see what they can do with it here in round 4. Agil
going up in 3rd place here in Banana. And a lot of grenade damage done to sAw as the Portuguese push in towards the B-bomb site. And it's Vexite who unleashes some bullets through the smoke, none of them connecting. In's trying to conserve his camo, but it's Vexite who doesn't really need to worry about that. He just lays down the law with 2 kills. Rotation coming in, extra players here for the Aussies. And it's not looking so good right now for Mutiris, who all of his teammates are gone. So he gets peeked out. Inns plays it to perfection at the new box, and it's easy pickings for FlyQuest.
Yeah, nice barrage of utility on the rotation as well from FlyQuest supportive players. Flashbangs going up in the sky. Nobody from sAw could actually progress into the bomb site and put any pressure on Inns. He had a lot of safety running back and forth along that back wall, surviving behind the boxes with no pressure. So timeout taken from Golden as he gets to have a convo with his new team. Coach stepping in to try and help come up with some solutions. Starting out slow, 0-4, but the best buy they'll have is right now. AWP is coming out on Story. AK-47's picked up. Mutiris will get one as well eventually. Plenty of nades and utility to do whatever they want and open up the playbook. And they got to have something impactful now because the money's going to start growing and picking up for the FlyQuest side of things. You already see Liazz at 8,300 after the buy, 7,800 in Dexter's back pocket. They have plenty of cash moving forward.
Very strong Inferno team. Had to deal with all that many buy rounds yet, but handling the easier ones.
They've got smiles on their face too.
Yeah, they should have smiles on their faces. They're winning.
Everyone's having a good time out in Romania. Ooh, banger. Nice shot from SHR. Opens up Banana.
Not a good time for Inns or Regali to kick off round 5.
Yeah, that's a really rough start to lose 2 players in this fashion so quickly. Vexite is under a lot of pressure here in Banana.
Ooh. He's got to go huge here. He's got to go absolutely massive.
I think
he's going to go and save instead.
It seemed like that was the call, but I think actually they just said, no, we're not going to save at A. We'll save over at the B bomb site. Which, I mean, if your goal is to save the weapons, it's going to work out because you already can see Roman and Agile pushing up towards short, peering into that A bomb site. That's going to be where sAw choose to finish because they're going to encounter no resistance as they keep moving forward. So if you're sAw, you're loving this. You get a round win, all 5 players survive.
Yeah, you don't even have to fight.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be motivated to hunt either. You want to preserve the economy. So first round, it's going to be 4-1. Finding some early picks on Inns and Banana, and Regali peeking down middle with the AWP. Off battle won by Story, at least in the early go, and let's just call it 1-0 for now.
You said you liked what you've seen from sAw yesterday. What did you like?
I like them playing their mid rounds very slow and cautiously, and a lot of that success came off the back of maybe finding some early picks or at least 1-for-1 trades, but playing the mid rounds very intelligently, despite the fact that, as we know, it's a dead team walk-in, which makes me happy that knowing like you're still actually fighting for the win, you're not just going through the motions. I thought that was a very cool sense, the way that they called the T side and kind of pumped the brakes from time to time. So that'll be something that FlyQuest has to deal with.
See if Story can keep that fragging output up in this game. Regali's going to get right back to the sniper. His FlyQuest saved. They have plenty of money. At least for a buy here. And Story, goes into the flames to try and challenge for the opening pick. He realizes that hasn't necessarily worked the way he would have liked.
Oh.
And he'll just maintain his position and life.
Yeah, a lot of panic in the utility jump from the FlyQuest side. They were really nervous about the pressure, the pacing applied by sAw at the mid brackets really early on. So sAw's probably sitting there like, okay, we forced out a couple Molotovs really quick. That's going to make things easier if we want to keep challenging at this A bomb site. However, there are 4 defenders now. Flashbang to activate Dexter's little peek from the cubby. He's alone this time. There's no crossfire set up. He could be in a lot of trouble. Another flashbang for a peek, and that should give away what's happening. Runs the line against the AWP, spots too close up, and Dexter choosing to sink back behind the smoke. So even more control and map given over towards sAw, and still 4 defenders remaining at this bomb site. There's a window that sAw have created where they have an easier time attacking into B against just Vexite.
Waiting up on top of first oranges. Here comes the rotation in from Ins. And SHR, not looking the right way at all. Doesn't consider first oranges at all. Was preoccupied with other angles. Perhaps the sound distracted him towards CT. But with 25 seconds left, FlyQuest up a player, and it's only getting better thanks to that push from Ins. But an important shot from Story. The smoke at CT removes Dexter, and now Vexite double-naded out of position. And fantastic work from sAw in the dying embers of the round to get into the site. Bomb is going to go down. 2v2 retake now for Regali thanks to that shot.
I think FlyQuest is way too eager to swing into that fight before they're actually in the bomb site as well. Good positions in the post plant for sAw. Roman just waiting along the wall. Liazz going to be tasked with clearing this out, but the timing of this peak is going to be everything, and bam! He's done. Regali can move no further forward. Op is a priority, and he backs off, so a second round for sAw.
That is a crazy turnaround from the sAw side. It did not look like it was going to be their round. FlyQuest at the 25-second mark get the advantage. It's followed up by Ins. I gotta say, the shot from Story through the smoke at Coffins is huge, and then the double grenade composure to get rid of the backside player was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, well managed hit from sAw. I mean, and I liked everything. You asked what I liked about sAw. This is one of them. You can see they're still reading the moments and their timings of when they have the opportunity. I think Dexter may be coming through that smoke. It's worked for them in the past, but that op trained on it is a perfect setup. So you have the op backing you up as you enter into the bomb site, staying composed for a double nade, not trying to aggressively swing and give a chance for that rifle to go to work. I think everything in that round from sAw is absolutely perfect. I mentioned it at the start of the round too. You could see how on edge the FlyQuest defenders were at that A bomb site. They really felt that pressure up middle. So sAw did a great job of applying it and forcing a 4th player committed to the A bomb site, and then exploit that at the perfect timing over at B. Now, essentially, that's a 3v5 conversion. Vexite got a kill on first oranges. In swung through the coffin smoke to grab a kill, and then from a 3v5, sAw recover nicely.
Yeah, now they have a chance to break the money as well for the CT side. FlyQuest, they could be sent down to weaker weapons if they can see this one. Vexite applying some pressure and Banana. Just for the utility for now. And a double setup in the halls here with Liazz and Regali holding apartments towards A. Flashing towards top middle. Oh, grenade received. Put in the back pocket of sAw.
Yeah, I think one thing for sAw, they have to be a little bit careful this isn't too telegraphed, because I mean this is kind of the same timings of everything, right? Apply a little bit of pressure, presence in banana, fall back, take bracket control. And that's a good nade on the read with that flash coming up mid. So a passive defense from FlyQuest in this round, doubled up towards pit. One player over in library to watch rap side. He's going to shift into the bomb site as this smoke goes down. The avenue for a B split is available to sAw if they identify it. But they're going to have to execute through this smoke because that just goes down now at 35 seconds.
Regali chiming in with the AWP, the opening kill of round 7. Again, FlyQuest picking it up in the final 25 seconds, but that didn't matter much in the last round. sAw still have a chance to flip this back, but it's tough because they're not finding a kill. And Regali's just fragging out. He's got Dexter in the bomb site. Now Liazz peeking from pit. The setup for FlyQuest was too strong to break apart even in the dying seconds. And Story's going to back away and try and save that sniper. So 5-2, FlyQuest back to winning ways.
The setup was strong, and the understanding of the situation was really good from FlyQuest as well. With all the smokes down, you know, over at halls, you had one up in lane as well. You had a good alt position. Nobody's feeling like they're too much under pressure, like they have to make a play. FlyQuest very much realized in that moment that everything that happens is sAw having to make it happen through smoke, that they have an advantage, and no matter what fight comes next. So they got to just stand pat and be patient. And there's nothing clean here for sAw. No ability to trade with all the utility up. No good fights as they swing into them through the edges of smoke. And a nice clean win from FlyQuest.
Again, it's Story finding some impact here for sAw. Boosted up atop his teammates' heads. Worked out pretty well for Story, but he continued his charge, and Vexite did not fall back far enough for Story to get the space he intended. So trade comes in pretty much immediately here for FlyQuest.
Yeah, really good equalizing kill. I don't think sAw expected any follow-up aggression. Flashbang takes SHR off the angle, and Regali wins the battle as he crouches into the peak. But over towards the A bomb site we go. The final play, as Agile has walked out halls, calling pit clear, calling the bomb site clear, calling that everyone has rotated. The only defender is Liazz, and he's sitting in the cubby on rap side mid. So a free access to a plant for Roman.
Molotov coming towards Dexter. He's going to drop in behind it and play from library. That plant now being secure for sAw. 4v3 as FlyQuest have lost the advantage now thanks to Agil. He's got a strong position up in Graveyard. And FlyQuest still have 2 players trying to get out of library. It's going to be tough here as time will start to tick soon. They've got to take some steps towards the bomb site. Dexter making that move now. Agil's changed his position. Great turn back from Dexter. And now he spots out Agil inside of the pit. He knows who that second player is. Silky movement from Dexter as he jumps up on top. He's going to let his teammate deal with that threat down below. Surely he's going to do it, but Agil actually won that fight on the flick upwards, and Dexter falls to Mutiras. So the post plant goes the way of sAw.
Oh, I mean, again, one more thing that I enjoy about sAw. What a good read of this situation. And you have to give some credit over to Agil for being assertive and taking the initiative. This is a good boost up for a pick. But when things are going south over in Banana, not progressing the way they would have liked, Agil, his play is what allows them to rotate back. His play is what discovers the open bomb site, a beautiful kill onto Regali, and plays the post plant just about perfectly. Well managed from sAw, and starting to put rounds on the board, and finally that economy has ground all the way down to basically nothing. 2 MP9s, upgraded pistols. FlyQuest on the verge of losing their advantage on the CT side.
Little push in the halls. Liazz, Dexter making their steps down the hallway. Well, like this, where you don't have all the weapons or utility in the world, you do need to be a little bit more proactive, and that's exactly what FlyQuest are employing in the apartments. Minute 5 seconds left. down. The execute is coming in straight away for sAw. They smell blood in the water. They sense a weakness in FlyQuest's purchase. They got the right lead. It's sHR to take away the first, and Vexite only one. Nice from the first orange is not going to be enough to remain competitive here. The bomb is going to go down.
Yep, and even FlyQuest was starting to shift over to try and help out that B bomb site, but call it off. So they'll take these weapons into the next round if they get to save them. But sAw really taking complete control of this map now from the T side. It's going to be a 4th round. They close the gap to just 1, and then a weaker buy. Probably no investment from Inz and Vexite will give them a chance to even things up at 5. And it's kind of it's nice too, because they fell into that rhythm in the gun rounds of take banana, take top mid brackets, and then kind of figure out where you want to go from there. But here, knowing they have the advantage of weaponry, they know the economy from FlyQuest is getting ground down. They're just like, we'll just keep up the pressure at banana. We'll just attack into this because you don't have the resources, you don't have the rifles or the AWP or the utility to stop us whatsoever. So recognizing the advantage in the situation, which they've done a number of times in this half so far, and they find themselves within 1 heading into round 10.
Don't hurt that chicken.
Do it.
Oh, they let him be. Bunch of good guys over on sAw.
Weak men.
Oh, yeah. We've got MP9 for Liazz. That's it, really. Can't really call it a hero MP9. I don't think that exists. But maybe it can prove us wrong. Maybe it could be the hero.
I don't think anyone's called for a hero MP9 in their day.
Maybe like a sidekick MP9.
I think, again, if you're sAw, I mean, you're worried about a stack, right? But you might end up just kind of, especially if you have this clear vision, you might just spend a lot of time just waiting for a peek. Story's going to hold for CT spawn. You have an AK peering into the bomb site. sHR going to start moving up with the cover of that AWP. Smoke has come out as well towards coffins. As long as you clear regali, there should be no significant issues in this round.
sHR stepping up to the mark, and he will clear regali. Problem on the swing, even while blinded, able to get a follow-up kill. Story's got him covered on the trade. And Vexite and Liazz separated completely. Liazz has an AK-47 in his hands, and he's going to be making his way back through the archway, through CT spawn. The only threat here now is Vexite. He's at second oranges with a USP. Oh my god. Okay, well, he's actually got a kill out of it, Jason.
Oh.
What? MUTiRIS! What happened? How have you let that happen? Vexite has an AK. Suddenly a chance for Liazz to win this, coming back with the AK-47. And he's going to play towards CT spawn. Story desperately looking for him, and you cannot do that. You cannot let a round like that go. The USP goes unchecked, and that unravels the entire round for sAw.
It's the silence USP. MUTiRIS thought it was coming from new boxes. He thought that was going to be the position of the last player, not second oranges. But what a disastrous way to lose this round. One silence USP hiding in the bomb site never gets checked, never gets cleared. I think MUTiRIS and Roman felt like they lost too many resources to actually clear the back of the bomb site, and Vexite just makes them pay.
It's so sick. There's no way you expect Vexite to be able to win it there with the USP inside of the site, but miracles happen, and FlyQuest given 6 rounds off the back of it. sAw need to answer back, and they need to do so immediately here.
Good trades, good hold of top banana so far from FlyQuest. That's an important kill from sHR, but one more player. Dexter is here to keep the advantage over to FlyQuest, and he knows no point in being aggressive because you'd give up the whole bomb site, so Roman slides in. He wants a duel. Not finding anything against Dexter. He'll find Regali on the other side, and actually it is Dexter on top of coffins. And this time there's no chance for Agile to create an opening on the other side of the map.
So they don't respond immediately, and FlyQuest able to double up off the back of their USP antics. Still can't really get over that last round. That's kind of crazy.
Well,
it happens.
It does happen.
Not a lot though.
And now we're gonna he's gonna go play tic-tac-toe. Shoot the chicken.
With himself?
Yeah.
That's pretty sad, isn't it?
Well, you'll never
I'd rather
lose.
play with the bell.
You never lose, Dinko.
True, but you never really win, do you? At
Oh
that
yeah,
point.
there's not really tic-tac-toe anymore, is there? That was a long time ago.
That was a reminder of how it all went down also long ago, about a minute ago. Fights it towards top banana. FlyQuest coming out on top of him. And really there was a one last chance and Roman couldn't step up in the mark.
Final round of the first half set to begin. FlyQuest looking to take a commanding lead into the second half. And a timeout is called by sAw to talk things over. He looks so confused about his headset. He's like, what is this thing?
He's figured it out. Well,
Yeah.
it seems good now.
We got it at the end of the day. It's like, what is this alien contraption?
I'm sure it was weird for some of the older players to have to go start using in-ear headphones and the headphones over the top. I remember watching some of the old tournaments and just seeing people play with headsets around their neck, Jason. I was just like, what is happening here?
Yeah, that's old school. When mics and
that was
headsets,
super old school.
when mics and headsets weren't good enough, you had to get a decent mic around your neck and a decent headset on your head. You could never find two in one.
It looks so ridiculous. Here goes in, straight down into banana. Okay, SHR coming out on top of that fight with a Tech 9, and Vexi able to respond immediately.
I guess he thought that, oh, this is weird. This is weird. They're so close. Okay, there's Liazz. Did they try and do a reverse boost from the T side, and he spots it out and spammed right back in return. Some really fortunate trades from both teams in this round through smoke. Keeps it into a 3-on-3, but now this is a little bit crazy because FlyQuest has no idea where sAw is looking to attack. Shifting over towards the B bomb site, which has been a point of contention throughout this half. And for the first time, I think we have a round that kind of breaks out of the standard timings that both teams have been running to where there's just confusion about what comes next.
Regali to go massive from the pit. His first shot has got a hit, and well, misses it. But the response is swift until he's blasted out of the pit, and now with 40 seconds left. It is a post-plant situation where FlyQuest have to come in on the retake with 2. It's got a little bit of util. That's all on Vexite.
That's a hard.
That really is all on Vexite.
That's a hard fight for Dexter to win against an AK-47. That's a really rough one to commit to.
Let's see if we can clear this on the right side. Matira's tucked in the corner. Vexite silently getting into the site, but Matira's moves into the open, and a 5th round at the end of the first half secured out of the T side of sAw.
Yeah, really. I mean, look, not a bad half, all things considered, for sAw. That they had to scrape some rounds together, broke the economy. They had to do.
Well, I've lost you, Jason. I don't hear you. So I hope you come back and don't leave me alone in this world. Alone with chat. Hello, chat. How are you guys doing? Now I turn to you in my era of loneliness as you get ready for the second half. sAw, not playing too bad considering all of the circumstances. Last 2 days have been pretty decent for them. Not great, but certainly showing some positive signs. Jason said he liked them. He's gone now, though. Maybe we'll get Jason back. Maybe we won't. Maybe that's the reality we all must face for the future. A FlyQuest. We're searching for 8 rounds, but sAw stayed in it. They stayed in this T side. They stayed in sort of a competitive position throughout. And I think that's the exciting thing about this squad is they're very tenacious. They always find a way to get into rounds. Sad this might be the last time we get to see them, but who knows what the future might hold for the sAw squad. Here we go, second half underway. FlyQuest, plenty of utility, a lot of utility, in fact, across their squad. And Liazz with the molly ready to go. It's going to be a full commitment for FlyQuest over towards A. There's 3 players here currently defending. One out towards Library, it's Mutiris. One in the pit, that will be Mr. Agil. And in the apartments, we've got Story in a starring role. But it's slow. It's methodical from FlyQuest. Just boosting their teammates up into the bedroom. It's Dexter looking to do some of his best work in there.
Hey, Dinko.
He heads down to the boiler room. Liazz's turn. Getting ever closer to the setup designed to deal with the attack. It's Story playing on the balcony. Agil down in the pit. And this Molotov is about to heat things up. Here comes the charge. The Aussies running in. Looking to do battle with the emus, and they've got themselves headshots locked in. Follow-up kill for Dexter inside of the site, leaving Roman and SHR in a 2v4 that is unrecoverable. FlyQuest with the pistol victory to kick off the second half here.
You got me now, Dinko?
Yeah, you're back, Jason.
I'm back.
That was lonely.
Yeah, I know the
I
feeling.
thought we were gonna have to like work with a chat the whole way through there, Jason.
Nah. I come back quick.
Yeah, you do. You come quick, Jason. All right.
That's a logical place to take that, yeah.
The second half is quite a convincing start there for FlyQuest. Jason, what did you make of the pistol? Did you get to see it? Or
No, I was fixing the microphone, but I was in my head thinking that's now 2 pistol rounds won by FlyQuest. I didn't see the style in which they've won this second one, but both pistols here on Inferno, that's going to be quite nice for them. It's given them a huge advantage moving forward into the map, 8-5. We'll see if they can build up some momentum and close this out quick.
Sounds like there's a lot of killing going on in the background there.
There did seem to be some slaughter happening, yes.
Sounded violent.
Okay, now I get a look. All right, Molotov towards pit. That's nice. A lot of bodies coming out of holes. Defenders stuck out in the open. Yeah, really well done from FlyQuest.
Even had some short plays in there too.
Yeah, we had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's what you like. Okay, so sAw buying back into this. There's going to be an MP9 on 2, Agil and SHR picking them up for MOUZ for Mutiris. Not exactly the most inspirational purchase here for sAw, but we'll see what they can do with it. MAC-10s on 2, Galil's on 3 for FlyQuest. And they're just going to wait out that initial utility. They've got to have an idea that they don't have a whole lot of resources here on the CT side. So you just take your time in Banana, you wait out the initial barrage. You should have a softer B bomb site to hit.
All right, happy with the Banana control, but don't really want to pressure quite yet. Smoke's being forced out by defenders or just being utilized by defenders over at Banana. They've got one more smoke on SHR. If FlyQuest fall back into a standard B hit, they're going to have to go through smoke. And the bomb is heading this way right now. That smoke just gets replenished, so it'll kind of fade around 21, 22 seconds, and Dexter does not like messing with that timing. So back to the A-bomb site we go. It's going to be Story with the 5-7, and Agil with an MP9 to defend.
Liazz, 6 shot. It's going to be Agil going down, and here comes the put. Oh, regali just jumping into the 5-7 and gets a double kill. Story ends the chapters of 2, but here goes Ins inside of Banana. Roman to come around the corner. Oh, God, it's not clean at all.
We don't like that. Okay.
We do not like that.
Now I'm nervous.
FlyQuest, they've got Liazz extremely low in HP, so Vexite, it's on you, buddy. You got the heavy lifting to do here.
And he's got nobody.
Try and close out this mess.
He's got nobody to spot if they really come through the smoke. Okay, Liazz is just repositioned over towards small pit, so now you have a defender, so Vexite can be the main defender of this retake.
Well, he's defending his teammate. They know exactly where he is now, but he's gone, so it's all on Liazz to close it out. 22 HP, just hiding his head. But is there time for Mutiris with no kid on his back? Look how far he had to run deep into the site. No time, no way. But that was so close.
Yeah, they get away with one there. Ins is going to be like, that one's my bad. It should have never been this close. Missing the kills as they walk down Banana is a crazy spray to see miss, but thankfully, FlyQuest still sustained moving forward into the next round. The question becomes, how much pressure do sAw want to apply? Do they want to keep force buying here on this CT side, or are they content with the economic damage they've done and wait for the rifles to come back in their hands? Gotta say, really good job by Liazz down the stretch. And they do go for the force buy, down 5-9. I don't mind this whatsoever. 3 MP9s, the save from MOUZ at M4 over on the back of SHR. Molotov bounces off the half wall behind in, so he segmented his own reinforcements.
They assemble a tower of terror here as Dexter looks down over the top of the smoke, but no one pushing, no one aggressive here from sAw's defense on the B bomb site. So eventually that will be deconstructed. Here goes Regali taking a step forward. Gonna spot out that CT shoulder, but the re-smokes come in. FlyQuest going to respect it. If they take one look at the clock, they see 50 seconds. And they'll just walk into Banana and figure out what kind of util they have for this execution.
Yeah, I mean, this is much different than the T side of sAw, which we saw kind of, ping-ponging between the bomb sites, applying pressure both which ways. Now, FlyQuest is just like, take Banana, let the clock run down, let them use utility, and then we're pulling the trigger on this hit. Here we go. In's blinded. Once that first entry, the boost up is effective, though. SHR finds one, and Roman grabs the second, so FlyQuest in a bit of an issue. Now it's a massive issue in a 2v4.
Yeah, well, Vexite, he's pulled them into unthinkable round wins before. 9 seconds, though, and that CT push. Oh, my God, he nearly got back to it, but smokes fade away. Time was ticking away, and in the end, it is sAw to collect the round victory.
Yeah, really effective crossfire at the B bomb site. Good boost up. Nobody there for the immediate trade, and Roman just peeking out at the perfect timing to grab a second kill. Tough take at that B bomb site. And sAw holds strong with the force buy. Absolutely needed it because that was them pushing all of their chips into the economy of that round for the rest of this map. So they survived to fight on, and a second timeout has to be burned by FlyQuest.
Yeah, there's not a lot of money here for FlyQuest. Not a lot at all.
No, and with the losing bonus, you're going to force up as well. So this is just going to chew more rounds off where sAw gets to kind of close the gap in this. I think FlyQuest is sitting here like, man, this could be 10-5 at the moment, but instead it's 9-6, and we've got no real money to play with, and we're going to put it all in right now. MP9s get the job done. Roman with some very nice frags as FlyQuest try to overrun the bomb site.
Vamos!
See, that don't look like a dead team, Dinko. That looks like a team ready to win.
That looks like a team that are having a great time. Just remembering how fun it was to play together, you know? Vamos! FlyQuest looking to try and win this one with pistols. Like you said, force buy coming right up. Chickens being collected as we speak. Let's see what the Tech-9 Deagle P250 concoction can do.
Yeah, Dexter's the cock wrangler. Liazz over in Halls. Yeah. They don't look like they have like a great idea of what they want to do at the moment. Going to go for the silent boost up onto balcony. Getting the Tech-9s and P250s in position to potentially be really aggressive out of Halls. But if you look at sAw's setup at the moment, understanding the economic situation that FlyQuest is in, they're defending really, really well against any kind of a pop play at the A bomb site.
Here comes the fast play in towards the A bomb site. Okay, airstrike straight into the pit. Delivered perfectly by FlyQuest, and now coming back in is SHR and Story to save the day, although Liazz's Deagle has something to say until Story puts him in the ground.
Yeah, man, if that smoke had been up a little bit earlier, if the timing on that had been a little bit more favorable for FlyQuest, maybe they can get into like some kind of a 2-on-2 post plant or a 2-on-3 post plant. Not a bad attempt to break into the bomb site. Triple nade towards the broken wall, eliminates one defender. Just everything else was a little bit too costly. A very timely peek from Story to alleviate some of the pressure.
And like you said, a round like that where you have no other option but to force buy into it, knowing that you've got an eco in the next round regardless, has allowed sAw to get into a position to shrink this gap to just 1 round. It should be coming up here in an instant. Map 2 of the series is Dust2. And that would be sAw's map pick. Ancient, the 3rd map in the series if we need it. This is the last game of the day on the B stream. An 0-2 match as well. We just watched Imperial Valkyries get knocked out by Complexity. And the last chance of the 2 squads in the server right now. AK-47 combined with SHR's rifle up on the half wall should be enough to melt away the Glocks with no problems. 1 kill for Regali. And then Roman's just going to drop back in behind his smoke. You'll have the rotation coming over. The support is there. And a picked up rifle in the hands of Dexter.
Ooh, good kill from
and
Dexter.
He's got another kill, Jason.
Yeah, that's a mistake from Story, the solo player. It's going to cause some panic in Agile as he gets to get back to the A bomb site, and now it's a little bit weird. How much time does he have to get into a good position? As long as Regali maintains aggressive and is the bait with this low HP, there's a chance here that Dexter can trade off this kill. And yeah, now you know. Dexter turns the corner. Agile with the AK-47 handles business. Final 2 kills. And the score is cut to just a 1-round lead in the favor of FlyQuest, 9-8.
Yeah, decent damage overall there from FlyQuest. Not expected to get too much down the round, but the fact they got a couple of kills and even had an opportunity if they were able to trade out that site player to get a plant and maybe even into a winnable situation. So, all things considered, FlyQuest would have expected to lose that round, and it's all about focusing up and getting back to winning ways here. We've got AKs. They don't have the AWP, not really needing it on the T side, but don't have the money to afford it anyway. Roman to apply some pressure in Banana. First incendiary goes down. Grenade past the log, so Inns doesn't have to deal with that. Dexter, though, on the other hand, dealing with both grenades.
Inns is going to lead the way up Banana with Dexter behind him. They've taken control of A-holes as well. But not applying a whole lot of pressure. So Roman's able to keep Smoke Molotov until just now. SHR has Smoke Molotov behind him. These B defenders have just about everything they need to stall out this attack, although a peek. And now that utility that was left in the bank is gone. Reinforcements nowhere close. It's Mutiris coming with 1 flashbang, but it's not going to be in time to save his teammate, and that's the round. I wonder if there was a miscue or a miscommunication, because even I was caught off guard. Roman used his smoke for the half wall when FlyQuest was, I thought that would be for the choke point. And that's like 48 seconds. You put that smoke down at the choke point, you've got another smoke and 2 Molotovs. You can stall out the whole round. I think that's a big mistake out of the sAw defense. And I say that because I wonder if it's SHR swung thinking that there'd be a smoke blocking that vision.
Perhaps we'll get to see it and reflect upon it in the replay here, but for FlyQuest, immediately returning to rifles and getting a round victory in the first few seconds has got to feel pretty good. sAw have to hang on to the save call, so they go for the AWP save and the AK, so not too bad. But FlyQuest now 3-round victories away from taking this one in regulation. So there's, yeah, SHR just swinging into the open, and perhaps.
And he's got Smoke Molotov. And that's why, and Roman threw his smoke right before that occurred, but it went over the wall to half wall. So I guess they didn't have a good sense or were just miscalculated how deep FlyQuest was up Banana, and they wanted to get SHR in a position to kind of re-aggress at a timing, and just didn't realize that FlyQuest was already past all their utility. But that seems crazy to me in my head when I think about it in that way. So some kind of a miscue from the sAw defense and gets massively punished.
Well, they at least have another chance, right? It's not like that mistake costs them everything. It's not like they lose every single weapon and all their money is drained from the bank straight away. So at least you've got another buy to try and bounce back into it. But FlyQuest, this could be the opportunity. If you win this round, you break the money, you really start to look at an Inferno victory coming in. And they start with 4 players positioned towards B early on just to have extra nades to throw down Banana. And they'd be ready to punish any aggressive maneuver, a heavy commitment from FlyQuest around the side of the half wall. Roman, oh, the flash, he gets caught by it, put in an awkward position in behind Kara, and Dexter with a great opening kill here for his squad.
Well, SHR eats tons of damage on the evacuation, takes a little bit of spam, eats grenade as well. Defense really softened up and scrambling at this B bomb site. Mutiris over in CT spawn. He might be forced to take a peek. I think he feels like he has to, considering the position and the HP of SHR. But FlyQuest is knocking on the door, and they don't look like they're all that interested in falling back.
Oh, smoke goes down. In's going to move through it. Dexter following suit. And they've got so much time. That's why FlyQuest feels so in control at the moment. Yeah,
well, there's no more utility for sAw. They're already calling off the entire round. Everyone's going to shift back to the 8 bomb site, prioritizing saving the weapons and the money because what they've got behind them is busted and really not a high percentage chance of holding onto this bomb site. So follow up smoke over towards CT spawn. And FlyQuest going to waltz into this bomb site. SHR coming back to chuck a flashbang, maybe a little bit of spam to see if he gets lucky, but that's all this defense is. So 11-8 is going to be the scoreline. As sAw prioritize their arsenal down the stretch.
Yeah, these saves are at least allowing sAw chances, but they're running out of opportunities now to stay in the game. FlyQuest applying pressure here right at the end. Gonna see if they can catch anybody pushing into the library, but it's passive enough passive enough save rather from those CTs inside of pit and inside of the side, so they hang on to everything. And now FlyQuest just thinking about how to get these final couple rounds and round out Inferno.
Round 20. Early
yeah,
smokes
at least
out.
sAw, like I said, at least I've got everything, Jason. You know, I've got a good buy here. This is the last real attempt of Inferno for the CT side.
Yeah, yeah, and let's see how this round plays out. I mean, they could choose again. Oh, that's brutal from Dexter. Another opening kill found over the top of smoke. Oof. I think it all depends, because I mean, this could be another round where if sAw just lose the grip of it in the first 20 seconds like they did in the previous round, they could just call for a save of some of these weapons and try again in the next one. But you're right, if this is a comprehensive victory, if FlyQuest take everything away, there's no cash to replenish the buy.
SHR. Ready. And he's got a second with a great reposition down below into the mini pit. He's not alone. Regali jumps on his head, and he could get a second here as well, and that's exactly what Regali does for his squad. FlyQuest staring at map point if they can make this work, but Roman rescues them with the triple kill right at the end. It is 11 rounds still for FlyQuest. They thought they were about to get 12, but Roman steps up.
Yeah, they assumed that everything was going to be clear after getting those kills in pit, that they had plenty of time to position, and just haphazardly kind of moving around the map gives Roman the opportunity to pounce. Good opening pick from Dexter. But also that, I mean, that should be a signal that, you know, if you get that early pick, they might shift an extra player over. So just no clue that Roman would be this close, and Inz is kind of running out, expecting like there's going to be nobody close by. A massive mistake, and it's given sAw a new breath of life.
Oh. Straight through that bottom banana smoke. Roman continuing
And
to frag out.
They still have no idea that SHR is pushed up to logs. So, I mean, if they come into this thinking they want to force Roman back, they can get caught off guard very, very easily. They still show no indication they're even concerned about it.
Yeah, they're not going to check him. They're not going to check him at all, and that's going to cost them 1 life and possibly even a second here as that grenade goes around the corner. It won't finish off the low HP player of Liazz, but SHR will be happy with this 1 kill and upgraded weapon into the AK-47. 45 seconds left in the round, and FlyQuest thinking about going into the A-bomb site.
They might want to think about
It's not going to get any easier for them.
They might want to think about just holding on to these guns. They have no money either, although I guess, you know, you want the bonus cash.
So here they come into the top mid fight. You've got Matiras playing in towards Cubby. Story still at short. It's going to be hard to break through the defenses here. Matiras gets his one at long side. Story at short, and Regali has no other option. He's got to save that AWP with a bomb on his back. So heads all the way back to spawn, hops up into the T apartments, and we're looking at 11-10. sAw not done yet.
In some ways, this is kind of the big difference. The biggest change in the jump up is things like not making these kind of, you know, end of game kind of lazy mistakes. One, lack of clearing mid, one kind of losing your focus when the bomb goes down by ins. Roman's able to save the round, which shouldn't even be possible, and all of a sudden sAw is on the verge of tying up the scoreline, and you're out of money. This is a nightmare scenario for FlyQuest, as it looked like they were just going to be marching to a map 1 victory, taking complete control.
Yeah, Roman, the rescuer. A couple rounds ago, that could be the turning point of his game. At least they've got the regali op. But what else do they have around it? Currently no investment being thrown in. You'd imagine they're not going to throw everything in here. Just some pistols, maybe. Maybe not even that.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to. I think you have to prioritize getting AKs and rifles out. Oh, this map has turned on its head due to those mistakes.
Yep.
What a weird situation to be in if you're FlyQuest. There's got to be frustration within that lineup. It might be a situation, Urkas, if you got a timeout left, call it for this next round after these pistols. Let the boys talk things over and calm down here. But you better, in the back of your head, be coming up with a game plan for round 23. Regali the only weapon, so we'll probably see him be the aggressor. See if you can find a pick with that ult. But you've really got not a whole lot of resources to give him an advantageous fight. Flash Story off the angle.
Oh, that looked like Regali was going to win that fight, but Story's so fast on the reactions, punishes the peak.
It's a cool idea, though. Trying to use the smoke pluming, maybe make Story a little bit lazy on his line. Obviously doesn't pan out whatsoever.
Dexter's turn to try and wield the sniper. Went to peek into the pit, but not able to make it work. And the flash of Matiras makes sure that AWP gets nothing done. Liazz's turn. Next up to AWP, it's Liazz.
Yeah, they're doing a good job recovering it, right? The recycled AWP is it's getting plenty of chances, just none of the shots landed so far. Liazz gonna get pushed from behind. Good kills from SHR, and we're tied at 11. Three rounds in a row for the sAw defense.
Yeah, it's that Roman round. Regali only had $800 when he died, so he's not gonna have the prettiest situation. He's on a Galil at the moment. 2 Galils, 3 AK-47s as FlyQuest looked to try and grab map point. They could have been there a little bit earlier, but sAw with some late round resurgence. Grenade is good. Ins loses most of his health.
Yeah, just look at the HP of FlyQuest after the initial salvo of utility from the sAw defense. Ins 21, Dexter 25, Excite 65. Good chip damage provided by the utility to soften up these FlyQuest players. Three-man defense at the A bomb site. I think it's a good call from sAw. They're like, you guys haven't been able to take over the A bomb site, so we're not going to be super concerned there. We want to shore up the B bomb site early. Flashbang to swing. Ins blinded, gets one. But Dexter had just come through the smoke. Oh, and over the top, Mutiris gets another one. That's the round. And that is sAw getting up to 12.
Oh, Mutiris just murdering them all as they come through the top banana smoke. There's no problem for him. He even gets to switch out. He gets to recover. I don't know how he gets away with that third kill, but Mutiris might have just done enough to win sAw this map here. Vexa and Liazz have nowhere to fight, nowhere to run and hide. This is going to be 12-11.
Roman knocked out all their mojo in that round. Like this is a completely different FlyQuest in these past 4 rounds than we saw before that.
No, Dexter looked like he was just farming the opening kills, felt like it was going to be over. The T side kicked into another gear. But Roman just destroys their car, and you know, they're left on the side of the road. This is FlyQuest running out of steam. And their map pick might just be going the way of sAw on this day of elimination.
Getting eliminated is one thing. Losing to a team that you know roster changes are coming is that's painful. That's a come to Jesus moment when if you're FlyQuest and you lose this series going back to your hotel tonight. 12-11.
And you know the second map is Dust2 as well. Like, it's just not pretty in general. This is the Mutiris massacre at top banana. Throws away that M4A1, gets to the AK, and yeah.
It's like, yeah, I take those. You know, I'm in IGL. I'm getting older in years, a little long in the tooth. I'll take that triple kill.
Well, highlight moment here. Probably is one of his biggest career moments back in Cologne. Oh, Ins. Half of his health gone early on, and this could be it for FlyQuest. Look how disgusting this buy is. It's 2 AK-47s, 3 pistols around it.
Little bit of
real opportunity here for sAw to close now.
A little bit of information gathered, though. You heard, if you're Vexa, you heard the Molotov tick onto Agile over in Hull, so you know there was a piece of aggression. Now pushing up, and it looks like they want to hit a pretty quick timing. Good utility to delay and slow this down. Give yourself some time to breathe and communicate exactly what you sense is coming. Library smoke as Story shifts over with the AWP. Mutiris going to chuck out a nade from behind the smoke. And sAw, they're going to defend against this thrust on Rap side.
Story waiting for the peak. He's got to become a more supportive element and throw flashes for his teammates, but he comes back to plug the gap. It's one for Story. Looked like he was going to get away with a second, but not to be. And he goes back to the apartments, but it's Liazz with a shot through the slither. Roman coming in again. Can he be their reckoning once again? He has to be if they want to close it now in regulation for sAw. FlyQuest have stayed in this one. 3v1 in such a difficult retake ahead of Roman here.
Yeah, this is not going to be any magic from Roman. They already knew his position as well. This time he's not going to confuse them with any kind of a fast flank. They know he was over in arches. 1v3. You have the entirety of this smoke to set up into perfect crossfires. There should be no chance.
Oh, he needed that instant headshot, and it's not going to happen for him. They know exactly where he is. They all focus in on his position, and FlyQuest extend play. We need the bonus rounds here on Inferno.
All right, well, they recover after a drought, after some really ugly T-sided rounds. They get an unlikely. They attack Rap side into 3 defenders. Rifle and Library, Rifle at Arches, and the AWP at the corner. And they just find all the kills. For whatever reason, this time around, sAw, with a great call on the defense, a good read of the situation, but a poor execution when you've got everyone in position and FlyQuest take advantage. All right, so now you get some consideration of what you've been seeing throughout regulation before overtime begins. FlyQuest going to be continuing on this T-side campaign. A lot of emphasis in Banana. The only success really at the A bomb site was that kind of wraparound that we just saw in the final round. Other than that,
yeah,
they really struggled.
I think they've been able to sort of stabilize after getting rocked by Roman. It feels like this is the opportunity now to just stabilize, forget about that, and reset back into what you were doing before that, where it was going so well for you. You were getting opening kills in Banana, you were getting opening kills pretty much whenever you wanted. And there is a chance that FlyQuest return to that world that they were in not so long ago. Grenade lands to the back of Roman. Half of his health gone in the initial engagement with utility. And Story comes away from the angle with the AWP just at the right time, I guess. He has to keep his life. But I'm sure he would have liked to have been in the apartments, would have favored himself getting one kill there.
Shift as Story moves over to Library. It actually looks like he's going to run the route all the way to the B bomb site. So putting the AWP in a new position, assuming FlyQuest might be marching up Banana as we speak. Roman still keeping track of their progression.
Well, actually, they're marching up middle.
Well, the AWP now
receiving that info.
Yeah, the AWP now being put over at Car allows Roman to back off. So they're going to put 4 rifles at the A bomb site. But meanwhile, FlyQuest is readjusting to come back and attack into the AWP. And Story has passed off all of his utility. No smoke, no Molotov. So as long as FlyQuest doesn't take damage to this AWP at this point, they actually have a pretty decent advantage to pick up the pace and catch a timing.
Grenade lands in the middle of the pack as they begin their attack into B. It's Vexite charging forward. The sharp tip of the spear, but Story will blunt Regali on his push forward through that smoke and then dive back into the cover, shrouded by the smoke itself. It is Roman and Story unraveling FlyQuest. It's all Liazz left alone, and he needs to lift himself up, but there's no chance. Too many targets coming from too many different directions. And a strong hold from Roman as he gives a smile down the line.
You could see how badly FlyQuest really wanted to take the AWPer out. Or they knew when they flashed him off the car, as soon as they sent that signal with 40 seconds left, it was going to have to be quick, it was going to have to be decisive, and probably overextended in that hunt. When it takes so long to actually reach contact with the AWPer and reinforcements have arrived, you've missed your window of opportunity to find that kill. And FlyQuest can't kind of rein it in to play the post plant in a 3v5. The B bomb site post plants, you can win some disadvantaged ones as well.
There goes SHR, sprinting down Banana, Molotov in front of him. And he'll get himself into the cubby. How many times? Well, once, Jason. But we did see him have a big round from here before, where they didn't check him. Roman was able to take all the attention and presence towards him, and SHR was revealed a little bit later on in the round.
And Roman's been playing that position on top of Car quite a bit, especially in the early rounds. So I mean, as far as FlyQuest is concerned, there's nothing new going on with this defense. Slight angle for Story. FlyQuest have 3 players up at brackets and on the mid-ramp. Relatively flimsy if they're able to come up short with these positions.
The shot from Story, that is what you like to see. Story to drop Regali.
This AWP is really having impact in overtime. Obviously, that previous round was awesome from Story. Now, again, you find an opening kill, and a kill that forces FlyQuest to fall back into the aggression from SHR, who yet again is going to get a double kill. That's nasty. Round's done. 14-12.
Yeah. SHR seems very comfortable in that bottom Banana position, doesn't he? It was when to reposition, when to be a nuisance. And effective stuff in combination with Story's AWP becoming more and more effective as the game goes on. That's a nasty shot. Dodge the flash, still banged him to the wall. And it looks like sAw might just be taking control at the end of this game, even when it's come into overtime. Proven to be the better squad. And they're having a great time, Jason. They are having a fantastic time.
You know, I hope when all is said and done after this event, I'd like to hear the logic behind sAw of who they're choosing to remove. I don't know anything that's going on. I'm not going to say it's right or wrong at the moment, but SHR is having great impact, and him and Roman are really working well together in Banana and at this B bomb site, and they're the ones leaving the team when this event is done. So I just be kind of curious, not knowing.
A real shame if it all clicked at this tournament, wouldn't it?
I just would be curious because I obviously have no idea what the internal dynamics of the team are like, but Roman and SHR are proven to be pretty solid pieces here against FlyQuest.
Well, shuffling through the grenades, regali, and tossing the responsibility of the bomb elsewhere, and then he'll throw utility for his teammates. 55 seconds left. FlyQuest applying some pressure into its A. You can see how battered and bruised they are, even in overtime. Economically, Story pulls out the first shot, 5-7, as he doesn't fall back. He stands and he fights and finally removed. But is it enough here for Inns as he charges into the attack? SHR through the archway. And it's all over, really. It feels like it's done. sAw with a flawless CT defense here in overtime number 1.
Yeah, overtime really never even had any challenges to it. There was not even really any close rounds. And yeah, that's the face of someone who just feels like we just got knocked on our ass in OT. Really tough affair coming up for FlyQuest as they switch sides. Excuse me, that's the face of a man who just kicked ass in OT.
They're both wearing similar jerseys.
I know, it's the green that's really throwing me off. Now I don't even know anymore.
I think it was Liazz. But don't worry. It was
So I was right the first time.
Don't worry. Yeah, don't doubt yourself, Jason.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Say it with confidence.
Good shot. Story up on top. Inns gonna go down, and we've got an advantage here for sAw to close out this map, and this would be a devastating finish for FlyQuest on their map pick. They had so many chances to feel strong, especially in regulation. It looked like they were going to get the job done here on Inferno, but with a Roman round and the comeback that ensued.
Well, also, Stories just elevated his game once we hit overtime. This is a really nasty sequence. The first 3 rounds in the first half, and now this one with another kill with the AWP. Let's see, can FlyQuest hold it off? Utility set up for the B bomb site. There is a smoke in their face, so sAw not challenging just yet.
And they count through the smoke. Roman stalled by the molly for the time being. Oh, Vexite, that's more like it. 3K in the round so far. He's done everything for FlyQuest. Quells off the attack from sAw. Akil finally arriving. Good kill. Vexite blinded, pinned in the corner. Still 40 seconds to make this happen in a 2v3. And Dexter's up next. Regali peeking into it. Story's connected the shot, but Regali and Dexter combine to close out and extend play a little further.
Yeah, and I think sAw in that round wanted to just end things a little bit too fast. Like, I mean, just wanting to kind of push through that smoke with 40-some seconds left on the clock. 50 seconds left. And the Molotov queues give up all the information that a flash peek is going to be entirely effective. Stuck behind the flames, can't progress through it. You know they're on the other side of the smoke, perfectly set up. But obviously a mistake allowed by sAw to give FlyQuest the chance back into things.
Yeah, sAw just wanting to construct a really good plan for that one round that they need here. SHR throwing the molly in towards top banana. Here comes Vexite on the charge down banana. Well, burns a little bit. He was the devastating factor for FlyQuest in the previous round. Well, he's gone. No kill this time. And sAw have the player advantage, the opening kill, and a step in the right direction to try and close this one out. BTarena taking some damage from his teammate. Oh, but they're still pushing. They're still pushing towards Inns. He's going to do very well to stabilize for that one kill, and he wants to stop them from coming around that corner.
It feels like sAw is just overly eager to like build a, like they got an opening kill. They had a 5-on-4. You don't need to press this aggressively to try and find a follow-up or to try and gain some space off of it. Now you've taken tons of damage on Mutiris. You're down into an even situation, but good progression up short. Liazz did not realize they were that close, and now he's stuck. Cannot re-peek, so Regali bails him out of a tough spot. Double kill.
Ooh. He gets away to short side, but those kills come back right away. Roman and Mutiris, the old dogs, teaching new tricks. And it looks like this one should still be over for FlyQuest, even after the heavy lifting from Regali. There's still time. 35 seconds with the bomb down in the sight, but there's the chance if Roman can win this fight, but he won't. He won't win that duel against Dexter, and the low HP of Meteor is finished off, but the in-game leader of FlyQuest. And we are not done, Jason. We might just go again.
Yeah, I saw I remember at one point during this game, you were asking me what I liked about sAw, you know, through what we saw yesterday, and I was like, I kind of like them slowing down and playing really smart mid rounds. And now it's like we get an opening kill, and it's everyone wants to pick up the pace, and everyone wants to apply more pressure. No one wants to chill and settle down and see how the round plays with the advantage. sAw's found opening kills in both these rounds on their T side of OT, and they've given it right back, being overly aggressive and overextending.
And now look at them. It's a deagle for Story. At least everybody else has an AK-47. But FlyQuest favored to bring us to another overtime. Agio walking down the hallway. They've got Liazz waiting inside of pit. Looking to combine with his teammate within the bomb site. And it's Inns waiting with the rifle. They can call over Dexter to help out. Liazz takes first contact and takes the first kill. What a shot from sHR, looking into the bomb site. Liazz, though, letting them live. And it's now a 2v2. 45 seconds left. FlyQuest still in this, thanks to Liazz. But it's still got to be a retake. It's still got to be a successful retake of that A-bomb site, and that can be easier said than done.
Well, you've got smoke Molotov on regali, so you can actually create some cover for you. The AWP is going to hold the line from library, allow Vexite to rotate around brackets towards short, trying to find the information of these players so we can pass the information on, but now the clock is so deep. I don't think there's a chance.
Flash into the pit. Vexite uses that flash to move into the bomb site, clear the site, but doesn't find anybody. They've got to get on the defuse, and it just is not going to happen here for FlyQuest. Roman, the man to close it, and sAw get it done. And the final opportunity in overtime one. A flawless CT side. They just needed one T round, and eventually they get it. They take FlyQuest's map pick away from them. They've got Inferno locked in on this day of do or die.
What a hard-fought final. Yeah, and we'll have to find a way to really break those pillows down quickly, so they have to invest in a lot of pillows, because 2 ain't going to cut it.
True. Like, it's kind of a one-use game. Like, every map you get a new pillow.
A brand new pillow.
I think that's, yeah, we need to figure that out.
It'll be a subscription service.
Yeah. Let us know if you guys would be interested in that. You can do that on social media or in the chat, you know? Jason would love to read about it.
I would love to. All right, here we go. Pistol round is live. sAw FlyQuest, FlyQuest starting on the CT side, the defensive side. You already have Inns peeking up middle, looking for any kind of fast play through suicide. That's not coming. 3 players out towards long. Dexter with the flashbang ready to chuck out into the world if anyone comes out the doors. But again, middle seems to be the point of attack for sAw. Mid to be split, you'd imagine. Smoke Molotov on Roman.
Flash goes through the mid doors. Nice satisfying bounce through the gap. Heads into the open. Flash coming in. In's going to peek into the open. And a good headshot on towards Roman. Traded out by Story. Here comes another push through the CT smoke. Is Dexter up next? And using the distraction of his teammates. Bullets coming down. How was that happen? 2 kills come in. sHR runs out of bullets. His teammates going down. Knives around. Oh my god, this pistol round is chaos. He's out of bullets. Oh my god, he's out of bullets, Jason. What did we just watch?
I have no idea. I have no clue. That was scrappy the whole way down the stretch. And you pick up the one weapon that has no bullets.
Oh my god. Well, that's one way to start a map, isn't
Well,
it?
I think it's a kind of a weird way to do a mid to B split on the pistol or attack out middle on the pistol, right? You've thrown the flash to get out the double doors and you sort of give away the game. And then you drop the smoke on the fly instead of throwing it behind the Xbox. And then a Molotov behind it, but then you're walking and you're creeping and looking for the reaction. So actually, the way sAw approached that gave FlyQuest all the time and opportunities in the world to react and respond accordingly.
mean, that is certainly a way to start the game. Let's see if Story can keep it cleaner this time, though. Regali at Goose Shadow. Oh my god, Story still wins the fight. AK better than M4.
Regali can't believe they walk all the way up catwalk without making a noise. And Dexter can't believe nobody's watching for that jump up. It's going to be a nice opportunity. 2-for-2 trade into a 3-on-3 retake. There is no kits on the CT side. They must find these kills.
Well, there's a kill found by Vexite. Grenade goes right in the middle of the bomb site. Really shouldn't allow this one to get out of hand, but Roman, 1v2, comes out with a scout, and here comes the Deagle now. Got smoke. He's got temporary cover. They're chasing him down. They're hunting him down, and eventually bullets will penetrate him. Defuse collected here for Inns. He's going to stick it all the way. Not bad from sAw. Nice little sneaky plays. They all move up short. No one from FlyQuest is even checking. And then they just get punished for that.
Yeah, the lost detail, though, letting that jump up punish you. Dexter grabbing this one kill. When you get this frag, it's almost like you don't really have to be super concerned about the bomb site. When the first kill is that deep, the idea that Dexter jumps up and gets one is a little bit crazy. Good fight at the end of the day, and they needed it because that defuse was close. It's 2-0 for FlyQuest, barely holding on, but with the damage done to the economy, the extra plant by sAw in round 2, they buy up here to continue applying pressure.
Adriel getting himself out long. He'll play up towards the blue bin. And he's not going to stop. He's still going for this. Did you burn the peanut butter jelly sandwich, Jason?
I think that was I think that was my fire alarm. I think it's like the...
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did you burn it?
No, I think it's the almost out of battery situation.
Oh, okay. Well, you need to check that, Jason.
Yeah, apparently.
Gotta make sure you stay safe. I thought that you left the toast in the toaster, and that would have been disastrous.
Nah, man, but a grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich is pretty god tier. It's severely underrated. Here's a grenade going out towards blue bin. Roman chunked down. Molotov as well, extinguished by the smoke that had already come out, and FlyQuest has no issues handling this. There goes Roman.
Yeah, they really don't.
Yeah, it's a nice, comprehensive, clean victory in a round where you absolutely needed to build up your economy. So the aggressive force buy decision from sAw doesn't pan out. No kills throughout the entirety of the round, and it's a 3-0 start.
Oh, be honest, chat. How many of you checked around your house when that beep?
How many of you looked up at your own fire alarm?
Yeah, how many of you took the headset off and I looked around? I was playing a game with a friend who had a soundboard with just random sound effects, and like he would just play it at the most unexpected time. And one of them was a door knock. It was like super ASMR.
Oh, that's me.
And you would just pretend there, you just hear a knock on the door in your right ear, and dude, that freaked everybody out. That's if you want to have a little fun with your friends, do that. It's kind of slightly evil, but it's funny.
Very evil, extremely evil, some would say. All right, 3-0, round 4 coming in, but it's just going to be Tech9 and Armor. I say just. This can obviously do tons of damage, so we'll see what FlyQuest are able to hold off against it. We'll see where sAw decide to attack. Tech9's picked up a couple of smokes and flashbangs. Neither of these teams have all that good of a record on, well, sAw has a 67% win rate. I'll take that back. They've got 3 maps, they've won 2 of them. FlyQuest, 2 maps on Dust2 in the last 3 months. Lost to Falcons, lost to Spirit.
Ooh. Grenade right onto SHR. That couldn't really be more perfect. Here goes Story through the mid doors. P250 on the charge. Doesn't want to swing in front of the CT smoke until it blooms, and now he'll go. Dexter playing anti-flash, now turns, rifle ready. And he'll down 2, make it 3 quickly from the Australian in-game leader. Eventually taken out by the Tech9, but Vexite and Inns in to clean up the rest. 4-0 start here for FlyQuest. Pretty comfortable beginning to this game.
Yeah, but are you feeling comfortable in their lead yourself, Dinko? Are you feeling confident that this is going to continue in a positive way after the first map?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. But you know, you got to take the good stuff when it comes, Jason. Okay. And it's good right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it might not be in the next 5 minutes.
Well, let's see. We're going to get guns back out for sAw. They have the op on Story. He's going to go for the mid pick. Drops down onto the head of a teammate. Spots 2 on the cross, but missed the chance to take a clean shot. So it's Roman who steps up to Xbox.
Ooh, Roman, does he want to keep going? Flash comes in through the mid doors, and he'll not stay committed. Just applying pressure to make sure no one was around the side of the door. And Roman will go back up short with his teammates. Although eyes are on this, the AWP of Regali ready for the short extension. Catwalk execute being deployed. Roman to set out the smokes. Under 1 minute left on this clock, and a double burst onto Roman. Here comes Dexter, his turn to chase down. Vexite, he's got one pick here.
Dude.
Dexter not slowing down. Roman heard it, but Dexter just chases him right through the smokes, and then what? Jumps down. Superhero drop in from Dexter, and FlyQuest cleaning up. How does he get away with that?
I think there must have been a conversation between maps of like, boys, let's stop playing scared. And Dexter's just trying to lead from the front, but he was really trying to wrap around that mid to B split to help alleviate some of the pressure. Wildly throws his body at the problem. Safety, caution to the win. I cannot believe he got the second kill, but that hit was destined for failure regardless. 5-0 here on Dust2. Ooh, a little mid aggression, Dinko. Look at this. Sins pushing lower. I like that. Regali providing some cover towards the base of Catwalk. Good utility. FlyQuest playing some dynamic Counter-Strike. They are locked in. And a man advantage here in round 6.
Yeah, now I'm starting to feel better about FlyQuest.
Okay, that one round is all it took. The one round is all it took.
To be honest. Yeah, because watching Dexter just chase through 2 smokes and then jump off of the short box into a kill in mid.
Yeah, it's the flying Sexter that really got you going.
Yeah, flying Sexter. He knew what would turn us all on, Jason, and it's got us in the right mood. That's for sure. I gotta believe in them now.
It's preheated the oven.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of, proving yourself as the leader, that's one way to do it. Show your team how it's done.
Should be a pretty straightforward round from here as well, Dinko. You got Vexite waiting for contact that's going to be gathered by Inns back in the bomb site. This should be a slaughter.
Nice one tap and clean from Vexite. Pretty satisfying round for him, I'm sure. Inns making sure he grabs one at the end. And the fist bumps in, and 6 rounds in a row for FlyQuest.
Yeah, not looking too inspiring on the faces of sAw at the moment. And you can understand why. They've got nothing really to be happy about as this game began. Timeout taken, second one, so Golden can get involved. Bark out some orders, try and readjust a few things to get this going. But really, they have to be, the conversation has to be, we can't be taking some of these losses early on from this aggression. We have to be cautious about Inns pushing Xbox. Obviously, you can see the op on Regali starting to get a little bit proactive.
Yeah, it's got to be a big turnaround here for sAw. Best case scenario now at the end of this half is a 6-6 scoreline. Let's see if the timeout and the conversation had with Golden gives sAw way back into this one.
All right, utility over long, but no one's utilizing it. And some upper dark aggression. This could be exactly what sAw needs. They've got 3 players here who can deal with the issue, but unfortunately, Regali finds the pick. Vexite tries to gain some space, making the assumption that on a default, it would just be 1 player in upper dark, and he gets punished. Punished for being wrong, but look at the flank out long. Dexter, once again, little Mr. Sexter is keeping up his proactive nature.
Little Mr. Sexter. Here he is, and, well, turns out to just be a pest as Gutierrez turns around and slaps him away.
Nade into the smoke at the mid doors, and once again, a little bit of a lurk off catwalk. That's Agil making his route all the way up towards Goose. Nobody's home. Nobody's watching this. Liazz is going to get caught with his pants down, and that's no fun.
No, not at all. Agil, there we go. That's definitely a kill. A second, though. Not as expected, but certainly effective at that kind of range down CT. So Golden's got the calls, man.
I think they've cooked a little bit too hard, FlyQuest. Feeling confident on this 6-0 start. The upper push, the flank from long A that goes the other direction. A lot of aggressive pushes, and I think their defense just kind of lost its foundation beneath all the aggressive stances. So first round on the board for sAw, but the AWP is staying in the hands of Regali, and they should not be too motivated to hunt him down.
Oh, that's the first step. A lot more steps to be taken, though, here for sAw. And a lot of money to break through. I think that's the other big problem here. FlyQuest winning 6 rounds in a row, building so much cash up left over in the reserves that if you're sAw and you want a moment where you finally send them down to weaker weapons, force them down to a half buy, well, it's going to take a long time to get that. This is Vexite's ill-advised push. Dexter getting caught on the flank. Agil on the double kill that really ended it all.
Yeah, if you're one of the A defenders, I think you're going to have to, I think in the back of your minds, you have to hold on to the fact that's twice now that someone from sAw has just walked up catwalk and all the way into the bomb site without making noise and has had a free avenue. You have to imagine they're going to test that again at some point during this half. So that's something you have to think about when you rotate back and forth and decide where the next danger is coming from. Smoke up in long doors. Flashbangs thrown out. Looked like sAw wanted to attack into it quick, but they call things off due to that smoke pluming before they're ready to go.
No one from FlyQuest getting aggressive this time.
Well,
I say no one. There's Dexter a little bit more advanced on short.
it's kind of weird. FlyQuest think that sAw is out long. They've just thrown, that's the second replenished long smoke that they've chucked out to hold sAw from accessing long A. They have a misread of the situation, and now they control neither long nor short. So it's quite a bit of an issue right now for this defense at the A site.
SHR is currently holding the tunnel's flank. So, but he's just looked away. He's just looked away. And I think that might be the perfect timing now for Vexite to come around the backside here while he's setting up nades.
It's not the time to peek, though, when you realize the utility is up blocking them from catwalk, so it's a really easy thing for them to just turn around and look for the flanks. Vexite goes for it anyways.
Got better timing.
Yeah, the timing of him jumping up is brutal. No, nade in hand. Speaking of timing, easy entrance out towards long. And again, this A defense is so weak because they control nothing.
23 seconds left. The bomb now making its way up long. Agil going to smoke out the cross. Low HP on Dexter inside of the site, but none of those lethal grenades being used towards his position, so it's all about bullets, and Mutiris will provide those. Comes up through short, 9 seconds. Bomb plant's got to come in real soon here. And Roman now arriving. The fire not going to tickle him enough, so he'll still get that plant, and Vexite even goes down. They win on elimination.
Oh man, that round, I think FlyQuest, just by a lack of information of what was happening out towards long, just get completely ruined in the way they were defending the A bomb site. There was no comfort in that. Even executing the kind of late long take in the middle of the round when they feel the catwalk pressure, they didn't really stick to it. The timing on this bailing out, Inz is like, okay, well, long's clear. They're going to be coming catwalk with nobody here, and just gets completely wrecked. FlyQuest move around the map to the point where their defense is not strong anywhere and get punished. And that's 2 rounds of overly proactive Counter-Strike destroying FlyQuest.
The peek in from Story. Nice flick. Nice reaction on towards Inz. Vexite holding on. He hasn't really got too much cover, but he's doing so much work. And that grenade goes right towards Story, and 14 HP left on the AWPer. Vexite loses his teammate in Inz and then steps up on his own to block them out.
Well, that's very necessary, that kind of performance from Vexite, especially in a round like this where your economy's getting chipped away. You've lost 2 rounds in a row. Good time for him to step up and slow down that B hit. That's very dangerous with the pick coming out towards Story's AWP. So up catwalk we go, and this has been a weakness, but FlyQuest, they seem to be very cognizant of the fact that Catwalk is going to be a point of attention. And this time they handle business with no problems. 3 kills for Dexter, and it's 7-2.
This is Vexite. Some fantastic work. Because it's not like he's playing from the back platform or he has the box on the left side to get behind. There's very limited cover there, and he just has no other option but to fight. And he does that with some might. So FlyQuest back to winning ways. They disallow sAw from having the flawless comeback to top the scoreline out of the first half. Well, let's see what sAw are capable of as they head towards B with heavy numbers. They've got one player in middle that's agile, but everybody else in the tunnels.
Smoke that indicates Catwalk presence from Dexter. So deep Molotov to restrict his options for the moment. Another one will force him all the way back. They do have Regali with the op at the long corner, so at least controlling that part of the map allows Liazz and Dexter to shift around and change positions. sAw's always going to attack.
45 seconds.
They're always going to attack into Catwalk. They've been looking for it, and I don't even know what's causing them to back away at this point. They haven't applied any pressure. There's been no real reaction from FlyQuest, just changing their mind into a mid to B split.
Yeah, they've only got a couple of smokes, so perhaps feeling limited with the kind of cat execute they could have put down. But here goes SHR in towards the B-bomb side attack. Inns is going to peek up and get punished by Story Scope, who was waiting for him the entire time. Strong position yet again from Vexite. Will it be another Herculean hold? As he waits behind the boxes this time, Story quick scopes him out of there, and the plant comes in just in the nick of time. So Liazz and Regali, a decision to make. Is it a safe call or is it an attempt? Now, B-bomb site can be so difficult to break back into, and with no peaks from sAw, no opportunities being given over, the safe call is on the table.
Poor Vexite, man. That's the curse of, you know, sometimes at the B defense, you really need 2 players, and as soon as Inns pops his heads up and gets picked off, Vexite's just like, oh, I've got 3 choke points to worry about, and I've got nowhere to move. This is an impossible situation. Good strike from sAw. They fell back from that catwalk kick they were posturing into, and now it's about taking some guns away if you're FlyQuest. There's one from Liazz, falls immediately afterwards. And a 3rd round on the board now for sAw's Dust2.
Just hanging in there at the moment. sAw, it hasn't been a great first half for them, but they can make the most of it. They can get the final 2 here. They're giving themselves enough runway to perhaps take off in the second half. Story goes for the opening pick at long, gets smoked out. Not too effective for him, so he's going to change up his position and go back into watching top middle. We've got Regali on a boost watching the lower tunnels, but he decides to deconstruct that because he might be required elsewhere.
And the timing of things, that mid-smoke, he's concerned about someone coming down ramp and just ripping his face off. Ooh, here's another upper dark push as well, but they didn't have the timing. They're going to swing into it anyways. They say, screw it. I don't even care that we missed the opportunity. I'm still going to try and force the fight. Goes against Inns. 5-on-4 in the favor of sAw. And you talk about them kind of getting the last 2 rounds of this half. Well, if you can do it here and take the money away from FlyQuest on defense, that'd be a great avenue to make it happen. Dexter is still making pushes happen. He's walked all the way up mid and called it clear.
Oh, Materis goes late to long, but Dexter was in the position to spot him, trying to join his teammates on this attack. Agile now accelerating. Final 30 seconds of this round left in round 11. And look at Liazz biding his time. Tucked in Gandalf, peeks into the open, denies access for Agile. And now with 3 players still fighting on, Story trying to keep his team in this, but pushing through. It's Roman's flick down and Roman's flick up. And from the ruins he will rise, but it's SHR in the 1v1 with 14 seconds. And yeah, that's the big problem here. It's the time to get back to that bomb. And Regali's just going to wait at short side. He has to get into the site. 5 seconds. There's not enough time now. He has to kill. He has to get the kill. And Regali's running away, and he can't get there in time. So SHR, the time will betray him by seconds, and he gets around the corner before going down after the time.
Man, Roman had 0 kills coming into that round, and these are some beautiful shots entering into the A bomb site. It's just a very tough hold. Dexter does everything he can. Agal making it into the bomb site. This still is so tense. There's a chance for SHR at the end, but he misses his Molotov up towards Catwalk. And if he lands that Molotov, he sprints into the bomb site with no fear of a peek, and he's got time to plant the bomb. So kind of ruins himself. And now we hit out towards long. You got the spawns. You haven't really done this throughout the half. Let's see what you got.
Long take coming out here for sAw. And it's a full commitment. All 5 players coming here to the last round of the half. But look how quick this flank is. Dexter's been so active throughout this half so far, and he looks to try and continue that right to the bitter end. And if he's fast about this, they will not be ready for the timing of how quick he's on this long flank. No one's watching it right now. That back player, Roman, is supporting his teammates, but he's gone back to look at the flank now. He's gone back to adjust his gaze. He's got that kill on Dexter, but now he needs to come back and help his teammates. 3v3 to close this half. FlyQuest coming in on the retake attempt. They've got 2 smokes left, that's all. And they've got to use them effectively. One goes down in default. And they're starting to move closer into the site now. Here comes the swing from Agile. Great shot. Liazz gone. In's inside of the bomb site. Now he's low and gone too. It's all Regali. And the op chimes in with one. Needs this follow-up. And Regali's not going to land it straight away. But time is the problem. And it eludes Regali this time. It's not on his side. And sAw, with a jumping Glock at the end, secure themselves a 4th round to close out this first half.
Yeah, really, really hard fought. And you could see Roman. He's obviously happy he got some kills to close out the half and some impactful rounds, and especially one here in this to protect the long flank. But overall, a really, really tough half for him. Not a whole lot of production coming from his positions. 4 rounds, though, is workable. They can do something with this. They've got some room to work with. They've got room for some mistakes. A pistol round would be lovely for sAw, quite obviously.
sAw just do enough. They hung in. It's not a great half, but it's enough. And perhaps the dream of a 2-0 reopens going into the second half here, especially if they get a pistol win under their belt. That'll certainly help matters.
All right, sAw, what's the CT side going to look like? Now you get to put Story wherever you want with the AWP when you get it out. You can execute some pushes of your own. Dexter was harassing you throughout this entire half with long flanks, with mid pushes. It's your turn now to be disruptive on the CT side. Up a map, sAw with a chance to close out this series, but they've got to do a comeback from this CT side. Back by 4.
All right, sAw with dual Berettas on Meteorus, flashbang on Roman, smoke for Agile. 4 sets of Kevlar, Roman, the only one going naked.
He said naked, all sensual-like.
Yeah, you know, that word, you gotta put a little spice on it.
Well, SHR is sitting behind this smoke, listening for information. Not going to hear anything quite yet. Backs off as it fades away. Now some footsteps made during the jump ups towards Xbox. So he's able to call out to his teammates. Look towards Catwalk. 3 defenders at this A-bomb site. All 3 positioned at the railing and out towards long along the wall. You'll have SHR with a really quick rotation when this hit comes in.
Roman. Dead now, of course. Dexter and Regali coming in with 2 great openers. SHR only 1 pick from the USP so far for the defensive sAw. But maybe another one. And absolutely he will get another one. So 3v3, thank you to SHR. And sAw, oh, they still got more in them. Story, long range. Agile now coming in as well. Oh, it's all falling apart for FlyQuest. In's on the long flank, up through short. Defuse stuck, and Agile just turns back and bangs off his head. Pistol round collected for sAw.
In's had his 1v1 out towards long. Story with the USP was playing, you know, on the balcony right above the pit. And Inns gave up the fight. They got into a little bit of an engagement. He didn't like the engagement whatsoever. Bails out towards Catwalk, which allows Story to look towards A bomb site and grab one more kill before that retake comes in. And then Inns has a really long rotation where he's just out of all the action. And a nice retake from sAw with some beautiful shots, but they got given a couple gifts.
Did you say nice app? Or did I just misunderstand, Jason?
I think you're just, I think you're just a little horny, Dinko.
No, I don't think so. I swear, someone else definitely heard that. Someone definitely heard that. I'm not alone in the world. Someone in chat saved me.
Yeah, you keep begging for
it.
Yep.
No, someone definitely heard that. It wasn't just me. Guaranteed. Deagle for Dexter. That's it, really. Should be a nice, easy 6th round win here for sAw.
Yeah, most players out towards long, and you've already taken out half the attack.
There's Roman. Nice lineup of 3 coming in. Dexter, Inns, Regali, all mowed down, and Mutiris is a big part of that. So we're now looking at 5 players staying alive. Money starting to swell here for the defenses.
Yeah, nice clean round. Some bonus money as well for sAw. And look, man, if they come all the way back, take the lead, and end up winning this map in series on Dust2 and your FlyQuest, like think of the way they've lost both maps in this series. It's gonna be such a shitty night. It actually makes me feel bad thinking about it. I don't want anyone to go through that. Good shot from Story with the AWP, and this is the first gun round, starting off very quickly in a man disadvantaged situation.
We're now into the lower tunnels. No one's playing aggressive. No one from sAw being disruptive here. FlyQuest confirmed that.
Over to the B bomb site we go. They're giving up all mid. They use that smoke to show and take information away about the Xbox jump. It has pulled SHR out of the B bomb site. Only Agil here to defend against this. Deep into the site. He's got to smoke himself. It comes down. It's too deep. They're going to disrespect it.
Agil waiting. Oh my god, goes into the open and destroyed. So 4v3, currently favoring sAw in numbers, but FlyQuest could get into the B bomb site and make things a little more difficult, and that shot certainly is going to help. Inns through the smoke, Mutiris out of there. And now a consideration to be made. Do sAw want to go for this round win?
I think
they're getting players into the tunnels quite quickly, but they have an AWP in the back of Story, so it's going to be grouped up with Roman. There's a smoke flash, but it's all in the tunnels, and that smoke is going to fade away at the doors soon. SHR's got into it. Vexite waiting for the fadeaway. Taking their time here, sAw. SHR slips the net, and look at that, he's got one on Inns. Vexite trying to move out of the doorway. It's a good move for Vexite. Gets up to the window, Regali making sure he capitalizes on that distraction, and the retake is unsuccessful. FlyQuest go to 9.
Yeah, they lose a lot, but they got the money to sustain it. I'm not against the idea. It's kind of a bummer. They were in pretty decent positions. You had the AWP wrapping around towards Hull to pin down the back plat player, but they couldn't get a peek out of him, and then that retake never really had a trigger pull. Even when he gets that kill coming through the smoke at doors, you have no information on the other 2 players. What a conversion. A really nice conversion from FlyQuest. 4v5, and they're able to find an avenue into the B bomb site. Agal gets caught off on a weird timing as he pulls out nades and utility. And an easy cleanup in the post plant for FlyQuest means they get a nurse a 3-round lead.
Roman, good shot, getting traded though. So the long fight is a 1-for-1, and FlyQuest have committed everybody here. So or a timer on the play when you've got 4 players out long and no control of middle or the tunnels. And we see that Agil's already moved into tunnels, so he's got the information that that is clear, allowing FlyQuest to commit the rest of their resources to defend this A bomb site. Gap in that smoke, and Regali's going to use it perfectly.
Just giving up freebies. Too many easy kills. Flank from lower dark is going to see absolutely nothing. There's not a single lurk. It's just Dexter making sure that nobody wraps all the way around towards long. And sAw have a decision to make if they want to try and defend this A bomb site, because they've cleared out the rest of the map. Like Agil's saying, there's no one in B, there's no one upper, there's no one lower, there's no one at Xbox. sAw know exactly where the attack is coming from. They're just trying to figure out the best way to defend against it with limited weapons and limited utility. I will say, though, that's the final smoke available to FlyQuest.
Not a lot of time here, 20 seconds. Smoke used up, blasted open. Here FlyQuest go, they have to cross with it now, and the bullets are spraying through, none of them connecting. FlyQuest have the gap to move through. Dexter, great shot, but traded by SHR again. And he has been the danger man for this side. The plant is coming in, despite the jumping kill coming through again. It's in, still getting that plant locked in. Now it's on his teammates, and MIBR has an isolated fight against Liazz, one in which he will win. But SHR goes around the corner before MIBR was ready to combine with him. And now it's a clutch against Regali, who just hides. He's buying time. He's pulling MIBR closer. And if he can get him to come deeper long, the chances of getting back to the defuse dwindle. And Regali nails the shot on the peak.
Yeah, man. I mean, you just that kill, that story gives up. The swing after the smoke plumes, and you don't really know what the angles are going to be around that smoke. That's a nice, easy one. And that's basically the signal to Dexter. Like, all right, we just picked off their offer. No one else is going to be peeking long. Let's just wait out these smokes, and then we just march up long. It's nice and easy after the fact. SHR does good work in a fortunate situation, jumping, spamming through smoke, getting a couple kills. If he denied the plant, if that kill comes in earlier, it's a completely different round, but it's not enough to save the day for sAw. So FlyQuest, much like Inferno down the stretch, have found the advantage and have taken control of the map. But as we saw in Inferno, they gave it right back up at a certain point. It probably won't be this round against unarmored pistols. But if you're FlyQuest, there can be no mistakes in the remaining gun rounds. Don't let this get close.
sAw stacked the wrong bomb site. Dexter's made the right call. B is the place to go. And he's also fragging out. Yeah, Dexter really has made the perfect call for himself, hasn't he? Hey guys, go to the empty bomb site. I will deal with all these nice little eco kills.
I think sAw will be very pleased to get out of this round with an AK-47 if they can hold on to it, considering what they brought into it and what they have in the bank. Liazz has just spotted one up at green box. Not the biggest deal in the world. What's that?
Why is it called that, Jason?
There used to be a green box there. What do you call it?
Which version? I don't know. Not green box.
Okay.
But what was that? Which Dust2 was that? Was it CSGO? Was it green box?
1.6. I think they were just the same boxes except not green in CSGO.
Damn, it's an old map and an old game. 11 rounds to that of 6.
You know this about me, Dinko. My brain sometimes just defaults to comms from 20 years ago.
No, I like it. It's good. It's like it's nice going back and getting that information. I remember I commentated with Vendetta for a few games years ago.
Oh, he's probably got that problem as well, I would imagine.
And he would call the M4 the Colt.
Ooh, I did that too, actually, at the start of Counter-Strike CSGO.
Yeah, but this is like 2019, Jason.
Okay, that's a bit much.
I'm like, you gotta let it die,
yeah, you gotta let it go, man. All right, 11 to 6. sAw need a stop here. But they want nothing to do with this long take. Corner smoke and plenty of flashbangs. The defense has backed off. Liazz going to maintain his position. Look at Dexter. He just rushed mid. You want to talk about leading from the front? He's been doing this all game. He came in with the attitude, and he's showing his teammates what he means by it.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going out today. I ain't going out today. I want to lead this squad into a third map at least. Agile gonna get rid of Dexter. Plank coming in here for FlyQuest, and The CT is not in a position to really even think about a retake. So safe calls in. Dexter's destroying them. sAw will have a chance with the 3 safe weapons in the next round to see if they can continue this. But right now, FlyQuest are in control.
It doesn't look like they're going to let this slip.
No, it doesn't even have the signs of Inferno.
No, it doesn't. So 6 chances for FlyQuest to take us to a 3rd map. That would be Ancient to decide this series. And decide who gets eliminated from PGL Cluj-Napoca, who moves on to continue fighting in the Swiss stage.
Well, 3rd and final timeout here for sAw in regulation. It's going to be Golden getting on the microphone, seeing what he can concoct, see if he can get his team back into this, but long way to go. A big reason as to why their CT side was so good was on Inferno. I mean, a large part of it was Story as well on the AWP. Well, he's got it in his hands. Have to start taking over the server here. Dexter, just look at that. I bet they're so confused. It's like, why are we getting shot from CT? He's there so quickly. Dexter just loving that. All right, FlyQuest looking to close out Dust2. Get us on to Ancient. Virtus has other ideas though. Good opening kill on Liazz.
They lost a 4v5 to start the gun rounds in this half, though. So let's see what Dexter can call this time with the disadvantage. Up catwalk we go. 2 defenders out towards long A. It's only Story's AWP at the railing to defend the A bomb site for the moment. FlyQuest don't have to actually pull the trigger and commit to this. They can throw out some little bit of a fake. And with the kind of defense of 2 long and an upper at the bomb site, you can tell sAw is more than happy to play retake at the A site. So looking to hold on to everything else, but it's left a massive gap in the middle of the map. And if FlyQuest keep pushing forward to exploit this behind the smoke, it's an issue. So just now the long flank is coming in. There's a timer on this, but this must be a convincing attack.
Vexite charging in with the bomb in his back, gets caught with the flash just as he comes through those double doors. SHR in the cleanup, and Regali nowhere to be seen.
All right, what do you think, Dako? Is this the moment? Is it comeback time? Is this the Inferno moment of Roman? Now sAw 5 in a row needed for overtime, and they've got a chance to turn this around.
That didn't really feel as devastating as the Roman moment, did it? But
no, it didn't.
I'll give it 2 more rounds, Jason.
2 more rounds before you make your decision?
Yeah.
All right.
If I can buy that time, if that's okay.
I'll give that to you. First time out
it won't be
used,
as impressive if it happens, though.
It will be very impressive. First time out is used by Urcast and FlyQuest. Probably on the, I would say on the idea of what we're talking about here, which is like, all right, boys, it's fine. We lose that round. Let's not let it slip back to Inferno. Let's not let them come all the way back. That's not necessary.
Just need another one of those rounds out of Dexter, Get a good opening kill. Handled pretty well. When the chaos came flooding through the doors at B bomb site. Helped by the flashes as well. Money would get broken here for FlyQuest if they are to lose, so a chance for sAw to start to build if they do win this round. Smoke broken in middle. AWP's going to fight each other, but no one came out worse for wear. Right. The AWP was peeking towards top mid. Regali's AWP is, in fact, in the tunnels.
Well, this smoke will clear, and Dexter will see there's no presence in mid from the CT side. No one up on catwalk peering down. So everything going according to plan for the moment. Utility to take catwalk and apply a little bit of pressure, let the defense know you have standing here. Now, once again, another one of those defenses where it can look really awkward because they control neither long nor catwalk. They have voluntarily ceded control of both and are playing turtled up in the bomb site, which can be very tough to pull off. Thankfully for them, there's no split coming from long. It's a massive bodies on catwalk, so they might get away with it here.
Catwalk execute deployed. Here comes Gutierrez to try and put an end to their attack into the open. Oh, it's not so clean. He lost control of the AK, did not tame the beast. And now a 1v3 for Stories AWP to keep the dreams of sAw here on Dust2, and he is so far away from being in a tantalizing position. FlyQuest have come in swinging on Dust2, led by Dexter. In particular on that CT side, very proactive. On the T side, huge openings. Exciting style from FlyQuest, and it's kept him alive in the tournament.
Yeah,
Story's going to come over and give this a go. Walk past the kid.
It's a really nice game from Dexter, and he came into this with the attitude of we don't need to be so concerned about these guys that we have to take the perfect fights and the perfect peaks. Not everything has to be perfect. Let's just go flex on them and show that we're not afraid of them. And Dexter was really the only one doing that, and it created a lot of space for his team. So a very good map from Dexter. Good calling on the back of it as well. And that's FlyQuest this time not dropping the ball to take us to a third map.
Yeah, didn't allow the comeback, took their opportunities, closed out the map, and now FlyQuest have dreams of closing out the series as we get
things you can do here. I'm interested to see what kind of an attitude Dexter is going to come into this with Ancient, because you cannot do the same things you did on Dust2, throwing caution to the wind and going for those super fast, aggressive plays. You can get really heavily punished by that on Ancient. The map doesn't allow for those nearly as much as Dust2 does. And that attitude is what felt like gave them the biggest advantage on Dust2. So I don't know how it's going to change for FlyQuest.
I think it's over. Golden's got the comfortable quarter zip on now. He's changed it up. He's locked in for this final map as the coach here behind sAw. They're going to be setting up for the 8 play. There's Materis at the front of the attack. Ballman is back, and 2 defenders here for FlyQuest. First fight goes down at B lane. It's Roman just staying alive, tucking in the corner. The ball is now accelerating out with 3 players into this A side. 1 in the temple, 1 close to the wall, and with that smoke going down, the rotations coming over, sAw better get out of there.
Well, FlyQuest better get out of there. All 5 players have evacuated away from B, back towards middle. Oh, they're going to reconvene right into the stack, right into the push. They found Vexite, who's got to be confused about why they've come back, and all of a sudden it's a slaughter. Somehow this is worked out in the favor of sAw until Regali steps up to the plate. What a quad kill with the USP, and poor Story has an open B bomb site but no teammates.
Might not be the end of the story though. The bomb is down in elbow. He's got 50 seconds to make it work. And Regali's hard work could be undone, but this crossfire looks strong, but they're broken apart immediately. Story has the read. He knows the position that Inz is likely playing, and he's got a 1v1 here. He gets away. He gets to the bomb, and now it's truly on. Now this clutch is truly on for Story. He climbs up on top. He reloads his quill, and he runs off into the site.
I'm surprised Inz didn't challenge a little bit more on that jump up. Try and find the timing to kind of get him in a position where he's jumping up on the box. Now walking all the way around through CT spawn, and Story is well aware.
Oh, he peeks into the open, and with the clock, he'll rewrite the end to this pistol round. sAw step up with the opener, and it's Story to get the job done.
All right, if you're Regali, what do? Just like push your head forward and look down the line and just look at all your teammates one by one, and you're like, what's up, boys? Like, can a brother get some help?
Yeah, pretty much. Look at everything he does. And this crossfire, I mean, it looks kind of cool. If he's coming out mid, maybe, but he comes out of red room, and he perfectly isolates them into 1v1 fights.
Okay, so that's how it begins. That's how this third map opens up. Good kill from Liazz, 1-for-1 trade, but he gets burned out. Mid control now over to sAw with a 4-on-3.
It's going to be a nice, comfortable 2-0, you'd imagine, here in just a few seconds, unless Inz, Vexite, and Regali can somehow take Story out. Maybe they can get the AK, and then they could do some devastation. Agile waiting behind the donut. Regali spotted, tip of the gun. Story walks in the open, commits to that fight. M4 picked up. They'll run away with that, and they'll run back to elbow.
Well,
but I don't know if they're going to get away with this because they're getting hunted and pushed on two sides. And SHR coming through. Vexside's gone, and the Galil's come in to clean up, and they'll get some upgrades.
Yeah. Some nice upgrades found as well. M4, the AK-47. Well done from sAw. Not letting that slip away, not giving any weapons over to the opposition. So 2-0 pretty quickly based off the mid attack from sAw, early exchange. And FlyQuest will play this round with not a whole lot. Unarmored pistols, maybe a flashbang if you want to set up a mid push, maybe a swing at the B ramp.
And this round, literally nothing. Yeah. So Story's going to walk through Donut. The first kill of the round, though, does go the way of FlyQuest. Vexside's going to unleash a D. But Story pushing all the way through CT spawn has now just been spotted by Liazz. Going to get pulled into the temple fight, and now aware that he's likely exposed to the speedway. So he turns back with that Mac 10 and does damage onto Dexter. They're going to try and overrun him with pistols. Inz is going to help him out a little bit. A little team kill in the mix.
I like that from Story.
3 rounds in a row.
And Story's kind of throwing caution to the wind, taking some risks there, but why not with the Mac 10? Building some money as the AWPer and also just a perfect weapon for the job. But taking a big risk that nobody was going to be over in Red Room as he clears out Temple. All good. 3-0 for sAw, and we get started into the gun rounds.
Flash out from Dexter. Looking for the peek in towards elbow here against Materis. Regali, common angle for the AWP to be in. Quickly drop back to Donut after you peel away with the first, and it's great usage of the angle. Regali sees that they aren't pressuring him, so he wants to change it up and once again go a bit more aggressive.
Yeah, well, look at the mid.
Goes a little too far. Agile's waiting.
Look at mid. Look at mid. They're attacking into CT spawn right now. That's a good kill from Liazz, and Materis does not want to press the issue and go for a trade. So it all falls onto the hands of Dexter to defend from Donut. Materis swings in where there's 3 players who've arrived, and defense holding really strongly for FlyQuest.
Yeah, Agile 1v4 total. It would be the ace clutch if you're able to pull this off. They're all coming in from 3 CT. And Agile's going to catch them. Blinded, it's awkward and so close. 1 HP on Inz. Would have come down to a very winnable 1v1 against Liazz for the ace clutch, but FlyQuest able to get through.
And it would have looked very stupid because that was FlyQuest flashbang that blinded both of them and gave them the chance to win those fights. So that would have yeah been not so cool. Not so cool at all.
Not so cool.
Inz brought down to 1 HP. Red Room smoke. Instant, same with elbow smoke. sAw is going to rush the A bomb site. So let's check out the protocols of FlyQuest. Just now, nope, not even now getting a player into Donut, but I think they're going to be very aware of what's already transpired. Utility dump from sAw's T side, going to give the advantage to FlyQuest and utility on the retake. But it's a 5-on-5, make that a 5-on-4.
Oh, through the CT smoke fade, Regali able to catch Story. So kills now even in the 4v4, but another victim found inside of Donut, and that's the retreat call for FlyQuest. They're going to fall back. The chances in a later round, but sAw off to a hot start here on Ancient. 4-1 up.
Some good kills from Regali, but none of them having the impact to make that retake possible. FlyQuest, they've had so much pressure put on them in mid from sAw early on in the rounds. I think they hung around in middle a little bit too long despite it being secured. No one back at Donut, no one back in CT spawn to delay with utility and harass. And a lot of room taken advantage of by sAw in this round.
Nice call, Mut. Nice call.
Nice call.
It's not what Urcast is saying right now.
Nope. Not having a good time right now. Had a great start on Dust2. We're able to ride that wave almost to the very end. Now it's flat waters for FlyQuest.
And they won both pistols on Inferno. So they got good starts in both halves despite still losing that map. So yeah, good starts on Inferno. Really good start on Dust2. Here on Ancient, they're going to have to play from behind in the early going.
There goes Materis. Aggression into middle, climbing up onto the boxes to join his teammate and try and split this peek in towards Cave. And Vexite just jiggling with it. They smoke out the entrance to Jag and send a couple of bullets back through that spam. Oh, Vexite, good peek, good timing. Roman goes down, opening kill here for FlyQuest.
Oh, this is Materis just decides to bully his way through it, runs through the bullets. They know he's inside. They heard the footsteps. Both of them locked in towards Cave by the Molotov. sAw applying pressure, but not committed anywhere. So Materis has got to hold on for the moment. They're looking for a mistake after this salvo of utility.
Got time to pause. You can see sAw just going silent as they get ready to go into the B site. That is an important fight to pick up here for Story. Takes a lot of damage, goes down to 3 HP. In's going to burn him out, but the grenade gets there instead. And now with 35 seconds left, the smoke blocks out the B ramp play, and now they've got to change it up. And just as they're trying to fall away, Dexter got a wallbang kill on Agile.
Okay.
So it's all falling apart here for sAw.
Materis has got to be oh, he missed his chance. He missed his chance. That would have been the one that made it all possible, but the bomb hits the deck in a second round for FlyQuest. sAw has run out of options entirely and run into a brick wall. It's 4-2.
See here, Vexite. Good opening kill. Roman wasn't ready for that peak for Vexite to be so close or so aggressive, and this is the kill from Dexter at the end as Agile trying to join his teammates for that late play towards A. And that's more like it. Urcast likes what he sees.
Well, I mean, in that round,
applause.
FlyQuest stopped them everywhere they went, right? Like, they got out mid, but you stopped them trying to get into Jaguar, stopped them trying to get up B ramp, stopped them trying to push through Red Room. So yeah, everywhere they went, FlyQuest had somebody there with 1 kill and just got whittled down until they had no options. Peace.
Vexite in the cubby, they're not going to check in, so they line up. Vexite deals with him. Proves to be a threat. Roman wrapping around the site. His teammate charging through that smoke with a Tech 9. Here comes the rotation back. Liazz and Regali now have to go for a retake because that bomb plant is secured. The grenade, though, is it enough?
Oh, my lord.
2 HP on SHR, but he's still standing. And he is still fighting. Regali coming to finish him off with the AWP. It'll go again, and Regali showing us a little bit of style. It's Story fighting on. Damage done, but not enough to bring down Regali. The second out time of asking, sure. But it's Liazz to use his teammate as a distraction to close out the round win for FlyQuest.
There's one you needed if you were sAw. You put yourself in the bomb site with a man advantage, get some good kills on the entries into the B bomb site, and still cannot close things out. A very nice 2v3 retake. Utility doing tons of damage. But even with a clean, quick opening like that from Materis, not able to handle it after the fact. I think Story at the end is just like, how did I not kill him on the initial fight? How did I not kill Regali on the initial salvo?
Nice! So important, guys. So important. Let's go! He has it. This defuse. He has it. It's refocus as well.
No easy breathing there.
No, I was going to say, a very heavy sigh early on in this map. All right, timeout taken. Chance for Golden to talk with sAw. You know, I considering the records of the teams on this map and kind of the history that we've seen from them just in the score lines of the times they've played Ancient, I actually kind of like this more simplistic style out of sAw, focusing on trades and even risking a few things coming through smokes, but not trying to do any kind of drawn-out, slow-paced tactical maneuvers around the map. I really do. I really like what they're bringing out. And they've got the money at a tough place for FlyQuest defense. Regali and Dexter with 1,400. Liazz has got 3,200. But Inns and Vexite are low. So they're starting to get to a point where a win is going to mean a reset.
Oh, a little bit of spam towards Agile. Here comes Story into the donut. Liazz just off the right side. Good pick. It's going to work out. Okay, Liazz. 4 line up in the blink of an eye. And Regali to close out the final. Great work from Liazz. Just shreds them.
Yeah, that's a huge lineup and a massive quad kill for Liazz. And importantly, it makes that round so easy. Only Liazz actually falls at the end of the day, so some money gets to build up. And that opportunity to reset the economy kind of gets a little bit more difficult now. Very fortunate for Liazz, but he'll take it with the entire M4 clip. Excuse me, magazine. Don't want to upset anybody in Twitch chat.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Tech9s and a Deagle. Saw forced back down to the weaker weapons. Grenade's going to be blasting towards them at the elbow, but they'll dodge the majority of the damage. Nice little shot in from Inns. That's going to open things up against the weaker guns. He's going to go again. He's not alone. He's got a teammate backing him up here. So the trade kill is there if needed, but not needed. Roman hoping that he could get a running 1D. He's got a rifle picked up as he got that one pick out of cave. Is there anything else for him?
Shit.
No. Inns has had a round here, man.
Okay.
Inns has had a round.
Yeah, that's a nice shot with the USP. Well, no more financial problems for FlyQuest. They've avoided that eventuality very, very well. It was starting to get to that point, but they should be fine for the last couple rounds. sAw trying to scrape together a few more off the back of some of their early success. It was 4-2. Now 4-5. 4 rounds straight and 5 of the last 6 going to FlyQuest.
Agile running out through the elbow smoke into the open with the AK. There's a fight coming in with that flash being sent out. Dexter looks to duel with him. Just seeing him nip in behind that box, so he knows he's got Agile in mid, but can't do too much about it as sAw established dominance in mid.
Well, sAw just want to make them sweat. They don't want to really do anything with this control quite yet. And it makes sense. It's fair play. They have got 1 smoke, 1 Molotov, 1 flash, or 2 flash, and an HE left. So whatever they use this for, which is to smoke off donut, they've got to get something out of this piece of utility. They've got to be very efficient with what they use. So Story and Mutira is going to attack towards Red Room. This is a tactic, and this is a push and a piece of their strategy that has not worked throughout this half. They'd love to turn this into a split towards the B bomb site as Agile, Roman, and SHR align at the bottom of the ramp.
sAw with a great opener. Now space being taken off the back of it. SHR not stopping, not slowing down. Goes into the attack. Inns at cave. SHR to drop him. Mutiris combining through the red play. And Liazz is so far away from the action. And just like that, over the last 2 rounds, sAw have been able to ignite back into the game and tie this scoreline up.
Yeah, and I mean, they get a bit of a gift here with Regali just kind of burning inside to the Molotov, blinded as well, and just stands in the flames and goes down, which means the thrust from the Red Room players never has to actually come. They don't start the attack. They get the benefit of being able to exploit a rotation. So really nicely found from your B attackers. And we tie things right back up.
Terrorists win.
Second timeout here for FlyQuest. As Urcast looks to try and earn some extra rounds here for FlyQuest at the turn of this first half. 2 more rounds available. Both teams have good buys. Regali's even got leftover money for the next round here for that AWP. This is Virtus' impact. Look at that little gap through the box. That's how he got it. Second kill, snapping down in towards CT.
All right, here we go, round 11. How do we open this one up? Fast smokes from both sides, no pressure up middle. It comes a little bit later with flashbangs. It's Virtus to gain that stats at elbow and now swing out a little bit wider with protection from the smokes. And he's been able to get this quite a bit throughout this half. FlyQuest haven't been super aggressive behind that early utility.
Here comes the attack. Vex side in the middle of the bomb site. Here comes the bomb attacking in towards Vex side. Regali's alongside of him. And we got Story, Virtus, and Roman in this 3v4, trying to turn this back for sAw. And that grenade, it might have been able to put them in the right direction, but this aggressive move from Virtus, the round lives and dies on this play. And he's able to get out of this. So the round is still on here for sAw. A great shot from Story, trade it back. Virtus changes his position, but still effective on the long push forward. Now a shot from Story rings out, and it's all about the flank from Dexter, but Story's got the read. And he's got 3 kills to round out the round and give his team the edge here.
Right at the end of the half, sAw figure it out. And this T side is cooking these past 2 rounds. Really well done, well struck, and Virtus applying a ton of pressure inside the bomb site. Even though this gets delayed, stalled out, able to live for some time inside the bomb site is Vex site, sAw still just keep coming. And once again, like Inferno, it's Story to pick up the impact when they need it the most.
Vexite and Liazz coming in between them. It's going to be SHR, Roman, Agile having to pull back against some weaker guns. FlyQuest have done a pretty good job of putting themselves in a competitive position, but that gets removed immediately thanks to Agile with a double kill through CT. So back to favoring sAw.
I guess they must have seen the opportunity of no smoke down to like really try and press the issue, but that was bold and it's backfired on them due to a double kill. Okay.
There's a pick from Inns, so back on again, 2v2.
Okay.
Oh my god, they're giving it back.
Why?
Hello, have the round, here it is.
Why?
Agile 1v2 now, he's gonna wait at Brokey.
Why?
And that defuse tapped is gonna pull his attention. He's gonna start shooting soon.
Why?
Oh god, they can just get on the defuse. They can just get on the defuse. He's just gonna hold it. Oh god, they give it back.
Why?
They just give it back. And now we've got a tied game, Jason.
Why?
I don't have the answers for you, really.
I can't even scrape the bottom of the barrel for that one, to be honest with you. I got nothing. Okay, so 6-6?
Yes, it is 6-6.
Okay.
Looking to fight aggressively at the end of the half.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
look, if I'm being real, I guess that's the only thing I can think of is potentially a miscommunication. Someone called out they were elsewhere and just forced those pushes, but I don't know.
No. Well, regardless, it's happened, and we got a tie game.
I'm so very confused at the moment.
We get to watch it again if you want. Make some sense of it.
I'm so confused.
All right, so Roman walks through the smoke.
And what?
The second player's in the smoke.
SHR was like, that seemed like a great idea. I'll do that as well.
Yeah. And FlyQuest get to celebrate it.
I would do the sponge. I would just walk out of the room, but I'm at home, so I feel like it has a lot less impact than it does than at the studio.
True, I wouldn't even know that you're
I
going. You
know.
just leave me here. Yeah. Oh, well. Here we go. Second half underway. Got a molly for Vexite, one for Ins, and a smoke alongside of it. Here goes Liazz. It's a good 1-for-1. SHR able to come back and respond immediately, though, so just keeping it even. Keeping the job done. We got Ins having to toss out the util. He's in that execute position behind those doors in the corner. B execute coming in. Molly's going to follow. And SHR is just trying to stop them from getting safely up the ramp. And, oh, they had a mid-lurk as well. They had Dexter trying to come out of elbow, but he's been taken out. Meteorus now looking up towards heaven. He's spotting FlyQuest arriving here, but Agile just tapping away with that P2K. We go under a minute on this clock. And Story still connecting shots. Bomb down in mid now for Vexite in a really difficult 1v3 situation.
Alrighty. Dooley's in hand. Then he's not going to get going. Story shuts it down before things can begin, and that's another pistol for sAw. That's both pistols now in this third and deciding map.
And that's generally a really good recipe for closing out the game in your favor.
Oh, round 14.
Here's a quick, fast play. It's all about getting into A, and here's Agile up on top of the big box. I think they're not going to enjoy that, so they run back. They didn't get into the A bomb site the way they would have hoped.
They're not going to enjoy anything else they find in this round. And in fact, they're going to come right back to the A bomb site. So just a little stutter step for Agile to reload and get a little bit more comfortable.
Oh, actually, they've overwhelmed the one-site defender. Now Story's going to be playing from Donut. Hamas is good. And a bomb plant would be huge,
Oh,
but it doesn't look like it's going to be allowed. Denied. He didn't stick it. Instead, he's going for knives. Oh, what is happening? How's he alive? There we go. Finally, they get rid of Vince, who didn't feel like he could get the bomb plant down, so went for a knife instead. You know, still trying to make some money.
Yeah, still thinking about cash.
Gotta respect it.
All right, gun rounds underway. Deep utility from both teams. Meteor is going to push up aggressively behind elbow. It's broken open, but blinded is Dexter as he turns the corner. Thankfully, Liazz is there, and with the damage done from the Molotov as well, Meteorus is tagged up pretty low, and he's sticking around for quite some time.
And now he slowly backs away.
And Heaven's been exposed this whole time. They could have easily pushed and wrapped upon him. They're a little bit worried about Jaguar. Obviously don't want to cross that, but Euteris may be a little bit fortunate to be able to get away safely. The whole defense is shifted over to the B bomb site. Euteris, as that donut defender, has slipped into red room. They wanted to execute some aggression, but Regali's still looking for it.
3v3 off of that. 50 seconds. Here comes Ins. A little bit of a gap, and he'll use it effectively. Regali following up as well. 45 seconds. Mutiris was so low and damaged in mid early, and he hasn't really left that position. So FlyQuest are going to get a 7th round here.
Yeah, not much Mutiris can do. Maybe take a gun away at the end, but you're kind of going to prioritize this M4 more than anything. You can drop a gun over to teammates as well in the next round, and you're going to need it. SHR's got $0 in the bank. And we'll see how this goes moving forward. Story's got 15 kills. You're going to want to get the AWP out in his hands. And actually, it'd be interesting to see if Mutiris would decide to drop an AWP over to him in the next round instead of dropping an M4 to a teammate. That could be fun.
Terrorists win.
Could be. I think we have an opportunity for another overtime.
Oh yeah, is that what you're sensing? An OT finish?
I'm feeling it in the water, Jason.
Well, look,
in the water.
our previous series, we had Complexity or Imperial was going to get their first map win. And now in this series, we have one of these two teams who's going to get their first Ancient win.
Yeah, a lot of firsts today. First teams to be eliminated as well.
True. That's a really good point.
Going home. FlyQuest have much further to go. If they're even going home. As, you know, you'd imagine high likelihood they're not. All right, high fives coming out. Buy is still pretty good here for sAw, even after the round loss. They've got Agile having to take a hit going to a Mac 10, an MP9, but they don't have a whole lot of utility around it. They have the AWP. That could be the key. Story's having a pretty decent game, pretty decent series. He's 15-9 at the moment.
Late peek from Red Room.
Dexter.
Yeah, they didn't expect that, but now they've spotted two. And this is going to be a fight that sAw has to commit to. Mutiris down now means they can back off. Early kill given up, but SHR is going to come back for more.
A lot of damage done to FlyQuest, but no one brought down, so they still have all of their teammates intact.
It's kind of
going to leave with a minute 5.
It's kind of unconfirmed damage as well, right? Like you probably know one's dinked. You got that sound cue at the very least, but other than that, you don't know the other player is brought down as low. And you can't really rely on it at this point. So 4v5, but they're in decent positions. They have SHR coming over towards Temple. You've got Agio with the MP9 close up towards A main. The smoke is about halfway through, and when it fades, you even have a third player. Roman has shifted over. sAw's reading this perfectly.
Agile. Here he goes. MP9. Low HP, dead first. Damage done to the second. Finished off by Roman from range at CT, and that is the bomb. That is a problem. In's trying to get back over and join his teammates. He's burning. He's burning. He's a long way off. Regali's confused, and 20 seconds left. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. They can't win this round. It's done. It's all about elimination. They just have to hunt down the kills. And Roman, he's got another one. It's just In's going for the 1v2 with 10 seconds on this clock. Just hide. Don't give him a chance. And they won't. They won't. They hide in the temple. Roman's got the headshot to confirm it. And it's just sighs of relief all across the board.
It's like there's 25 seconds left when you're making that play happen through the A main smoke. There's 3 defenders there. You have like a 5-on-4, but you have 1 lurk at B ramp and you have 1 lurk in middle at like heaven. So you're actually only attacking with 3 of the 5 players that you have available to you. 2 of them are so far out of the fight that, yeah, if anything goes wrong with the time left on the clock, there's nothing you can do to recover. That's just like one of those rounds where it feels like the idea did not get really fully spread and comprehended by every single player on the roster. So everyone's timings are just off. You kind of need it if you're going to run that late. It's almost like you need your extremity lurkers to be the guys taking contact and taking attention so you get the defense to move. But now it just seems weird.
And now the money's in a weird spot because it's just below the threshold where you could get a real nice buy going, but you have enough players that could get potent weapons out that you might consider it if you're FlyQuest. But at this point of the game, those economic decisions can prove pivotal.
And I mean, this is a team that made one roster change, right? Regali in the favor of Alistair. But back at the major, remember they opened up that like stage 2, just blitzing teams? Like they just ran teams over for the first 2 or 3 matches that they had to play. I'm just very surprised to see this. That's a very strange round.
Couple of strange rounds, but I think that's exactly what we expected coming into this map where, you know, you've got 2 teams.
I know, but I'm still surprised. I expected it, and I'm still every once in a while like, oh, okay.
You're allowed to be surprised. It looks like we got a tech issue going on at the moment. I see the phones are out, so that generally means we're getting someone logged back into Steam.
Or someone's playing Wordle.
Or someone's playing Wordle. What's the word of the day, Jason?
I don't know. I don't play
Let's
Wordle.
start. I'm going to try. See who gets it first. Everyone, you can play along at home, too.
Yeah. Just remote Wordle.
Yeah, remote Wordle.
Okay, a little bit of tech pause here as we solve some issues and get back into things. There's still a game.
A and a U in there, Jason.
There's an A and a U?
Yep.
Nice.
U is correct in the 2nd position. A is in it, but not in the 1st position. Do with that what you will, chat.
Quark. Q-U-A-R-K.
Dude, you got the U and the A in the right place.
Damn.
No Q or RK, though.
Thought that would have been it for sure.
Yeah, quark, very common word.
Yeah, it really
Very
is. I
common
hear
word.
it every day. Well, this is elimination between these 2 teams, if you're just joining us. Although, you know, I see in Twitch chat we've had a very loyal contingent of Portuguese followers stuck in a very brutal battle against Australian Counter-Strike fans.
How's it going? Is it violent? Is it amicable? How's it looking?
Oh, it's in no way amicable.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's what we expected.
Right. It's.
Have you seen the video of the 2 Australians greeting each other on the street? It's got popular.
I haven't.
And it's a guy's walking. I believe it's a llama, maybe an alpaca. I think that's
Oh, I've
the
seen that one.
controversy
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
video.
yeah. He does. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. That is Australia in
Yeah.
a nutshell.
That's great.
That's a good
I
one.
love that.
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay, chat is spoiling the Wordle.
Yeah,
but yes,
they did just ruin it for you. You wouldn't have gotten that word though.
Very suave. Now, I promised to you, chat, that I will use that word in the cast at some point for the rest of the map. I'll put it in there.
What a treat you're giving to the people.
Yeah, enjoy that. Look out for that one, Wordle fans.
Any other words you would? No, I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm good. Just this one, I think. Hey, chat, please send all the words you want me to say.
I'm going to pull out of that play real quick.
Yeah. For anybody who is unaware, the word suave means charming, confident, and elegant, typically used of a man.
Okay.
Jason, you're a very suave person, aren't you?
I would never describe myself as such, but I'm happy to be described by other people like that.
Suave.
Over on the PGL A stream is Pain MongolZ, currently just getting started on the 2nd map as well, while we wait for the tech issues to be resolved. I'm hearing some typing and some headsets being readjusted, so we might be getting back into the action here, Dinko.
Some knives being flicked around as well. All right, here we go. Elimination on the line, heading into the dying stages of this game. sAw versus FlyQuest, 9-7 lead for the Portuguese going up against FlyQuest. We were down to pistols. Now the question, the burning question, was were they going to buy into the tech pause? And they have decided to go for a half investment and not throw everything in. And it may work because that Tech 9 nearly takes a Roman out of them.
Okay, well, the op has a deep angle. Oh, my lord. And Stories had a hot hand throughout a lot of this. That is a brutal way to lose the op. SHR still here to close the gap. It's still not going to be easy for FlyQuest, despite the fact that they found an opening on the AWPer. Bomb site overrun. Bomb to be planted, but plenty of utility and plenty of rifles left to retake this site.
Damage done. Onto Liazz, but he's still standing, still fighting. And now Roman's turn. He's on low HP. His teammates cleaning up the rest of this post plan for FlyQuest. It's Vexite 1v3. Oh, nice little nip out. Oh, the Tech 9's got another one. And can Vexite feasibly close this round with a Tech 9? Bullets coming past him. Looking very suave in the clutch. It's a 1v1 now for Vexite on the Tech 9. And that is beautiful from Vexite.
God damn, they needed that. That's an incredible clutch from Vexite, but boy, if you're sAw, man, yeah, that's a head and hands. That's a migraine kicking in right now, right between the eyes for Roman. That's a round you absolutely cannot give up.
That might just break sAw for a little bit here. Their minds might just be shattered by the fact that they have conceded that. How have they let it go? How have they let Vexite get away with this?
I don't know, man. That Tech 9 just sings in this round. That's a nasty shot on Roman, but boy, this should have never been possible. He's got one bullet, and he drills Egil at the end. Woo. God damn.
That is sick. That was so sick from Vexite. Tech 9s can look real good, but Materis wants to show us the 5-7 can do the same. Would be one way to kill all the hype, wouldn't it? For sAw just to win around like this, Jason?
Yeah, well, it really would.
You fill all the energy up in FlyQuest, so you come back into pistols and lose your own. So can't let that go. 4v5 conversion required here.
Yeah, surely this isn't one that FlyQuest is going to let drop. Like, surely not. Everyone's going to go back, not even leaving a lurker in position. All four players going to group up, and they'll just have to march into the B bomb site. And they're going to want to go contact as well. Throw some utility after contact is made. Or they just chuck out that long smoke early, give away the indication of where they're coming. 30 seconds left on the clock. And yeah, sAw is going to over-rotate as soon as this utility is spotted flying over the walls. Molotov into the bomb site. sAw for the moment content to try and play a 5-on-4 retake. They've got no counter flashes, nothing to delay. And here comes the progression. So sAw waits for the smokes to fade, and then it's on.
Plant denied. Plant denied. 8 seconds on the clock. Not a lot of time. You've got to get to it now, and just enough time for Vexite. USP in as well, and they need him again. And this time, he can't do it. Oh, the clutch from Vexite into losing against pistols. What a roller coaster of emotions for FlyQuest.
Yeah, that you nailed it. As if you brought it up at the start and it's actually happened. What a deflating moment. That smoke at long, I guess it's a little too deep. There's an angle they can spot and take out the planter. You probably don't expect that gap to be available to anyone with the smoke in its place. So yeah, kind of what we expected coming into this map. Small details being off, miscues and mistakes. This is just straight up brutal.
Brutal. Oh, God, this is going to be heartbreaking for either squad to go out at this point, but I think in particular for FlyQuest now, getting to the end of this. Their money is in the bin again. Last timeout in regulation being used here for Urcast, just having an in-depth conversation. Looking down the board. Oh, they do not have a lot of money here at all. I'm seeing Galil, I'm seeing an AK. This is how it started. That's how it started. Materis is 5-7, we all remember that. But this, the finish, this was like anti-cinema.
I mean, at least this time sAw are just like, you know what? We don't let him do it again. Let's just everyone aggressively swarm that bomb site. Don't give him a chance to find his duels. Don't give him a chance to make the plays. Oh, no. I don't even know. On some level, I feel bad. On another level, I'm just like, yep, that's kind of what happens.
look at FlyQuest. So leaving some money in the bank. Not wanting to throw everything in. We'll get another good buy in the next round, but this is likely to concede 11 rounds to sAw. Minute on the clock as we just go under it. Mutiris and Roman now clearing out B lane together. Smoke at Heaven lands for FlyQuest. They're about to send some forces into Elbow. So we're holding on to utility. So they pin Regali back. Timer on that smoke. Still some time to move out comfortably while it protects the view from Heaven. 35 seconds though left in this round.
All right, well, deep utility. They want to attack into Red Room right at the defense. All Crossfire is set up, though. It should be fine. Good kills from Agil. 3 in a row, 11-8, and that is the money in a horrifying place. And FlyQuest now staring elimination dead in the eyes.
Well, this is the big buy that they can get. Feels like their last good buy. Tech9, 4 ins. Galil's on 3 and an AK-47 for Vexite. It's not pretty, but this is what they've got to try and fight for survival, to prevent themselves from going down to elimination point. Mutiris is tucked in the cubby. Story smoked out for the time being at red.
Dexter waiting for Liazz to step through the smoke to start making his play. Gonna start walking up middle, but yeah, on the contact of the AWP from Story, I imagine a peek comes in from Cubby. Although FlyQuest second guessing the idea of actually attacking into this as the smoke is faded, and it's they now who have like a weird decision to make because you've only got the one smoke left. Molotov to allow Vexite to lead the way closer in towards Cave, closer into an attack on the B bomb site, but on that timing, smoke is dropped, so he'll be stalled out for the moment.
Here comes in, over the top, just in below him is Mutiris, who's taken Dexter out at elbow. Mutiris has got a second, finally dinked. Mutiris is fighting on though. He got all 3 in that mid engagement.
He's got the bomb.
He got all 3. And the bomb. It's just, he's done everything.
Yeah, and then the follow-up smoke as well. So, I mean, you're at 40 seconds when that smoke, you know, comes up, and all of a sudden you got to wait 15 to 20 seconds before you can really do anything about it, and then you got no time to pick up the bomb and get anywhere. So, Liazz and Vexite in a critical round to concede 12 over to sAw, series and elimination point over to sAw, you have to save your weapons. It's the only option.
Devastating moments here for FlyQuest as elimination now looms. There's not much to work with going into the next round here. They've got to hope for a miracle comeback. 4 rounds needed in a row just to get it into overtime. They hunted, they applied pressure to Vexite. He'll hang on to the AK-47, but FlyQuest could be going out last. 0-3 here in Cluj-Napoca.
Good shooting from Mutiris, though. Give the man credit.
What?
Yeah, don't worry. Don't be concerned. Mutiris, Daddy's here. He's going to take care of the situation. All right, it's got to be 4 in a row for FlyQuest, and it's got to be the cleanest rounds we've seen throughout this game. Nothing suggests that's going to be possible. Vexite brought down to 35 HP, stopped by a Molotov. This route he's run has taken all of his HP away.
Roman going for the spam down through the wood, realizing he can't fully commit to it because he could get pushed. They know exactly where they are on the other side of that smoke. They're going to start moving as a pack up towards Red Room. More pressure being applied by FlyQuest. Oh, the flank SHR on the aggression through a main around the back of elbow. It's a huge play for SHR to make in a round like this.
Yeah.
At this point in the game.
That throws so much chaos into it as well. Oh boy, Regali's got a deagle. That Story to go down again. He's been picked off by the Deagle with the up one more time. All right, so Regali has kept FlyQuest in this at a 4-on-4, and now sAw have no idea where the next hit is to come from. The B defense has backed off, the A defense is passive in Temple, and they're going to try and find information over in Red Room, but AK's staring them in the face.
Mutira's looking into middle. Oh, it's a little bit of a fumble for Mutira's. Agile doing his best, but there's low HP on the defense. SHR, who took damage from the elbow fight, he's towards main, and they have that info. They know this is where he should be. And SHR is going to wait inside of the smoke at main. They're going to start planting. Dexter fighting on. No denial of the bomb plant. Dexter an in-step up. And FlyQuest do not die in this round. They're still going. Even with a couple of saved weapons and Tech 9s upgraded, they find a way to stay in it.
Man, just as if they pulled a miracle out of nothing. Even with this flank, too, a huge risk for SHR, but it pays off. And once again, hits the Deagle on Story. He's going to be having nightmares. His next Ancient game, you're not going to see him going for those picks down B-Ramp with the AWP because he's not liking it whatsoever. Good kill from Regali to open up the possibility.
And now their buy is good again. Now they've got AKs on everybody.
And money's tight for sAw. So you win this round, and overtime is a very real possibility.
Here they come up the ramp. Vexite charging in. Agile waiting. Just that first pyramid. It's going to work out here for Mutira and Roman stepping up together, and they're not going to allow FlyQuest through. It is Dexter 1v3 to keep his team in this competition. Otherwise, they go out 0-3 in last place against a sAw who will not be playing together in the future against a team many are calling a dead squad. And Dexter is being peppered, not allowed to move, stuck in position, and it's SHR to drop him. sAw will eliminate FlyQuest from the competition here at PGL Cluj-Napoca. And for FlyQuest, it is disastrous. For sAw, it is survival.
Yeah, I don't even really know what the conversation is going to end up being for FlyQuest, but you got to say for sAw, I mentioned at the start of the series, this is